starts. Celebrate the lessons learned along the way. These are the wins. Not the shiny, nail-biting kind. These are the last a lifetime kind.
Sportsmanship is defined as the conduct and attitude of participants in sports, especially when considered commendable, as in fair play, courtesy, and grace in winning or losing.
Sportsmanship is a key value found within St. Edwards University Athletic.
How do you play?
Fairness.
Honesty.
Respect.
Playing sports gives us
Character.
Friendship.
Strength. Respect the players.
Respect the coaches.
Respect the officials.
respect the game.
We are
St. Edwards University.
We respect the game. It's not whether you win or lose, it's how you play the game.
Conference. Get in the game. Heartland Conference. Get in the game.
I'm getting a lot for my money here at LCU.
The value of coming to LCU is priceless. I mean, you get to work around professionals who love you dearly, who love what they're doing, and to put those two together, you can't put a price on it.
I think the most valuable thing about LCU is that I'm receiving an excellent education, but I'm also being spiritually guided through that education.
If a student is on the fence about coming to LCU, this place is one that will change your life forever.
Believe, belong, be blue at Lubbock Christian University.
Cheer for the stumbles. The he shoulda had that's. And the tears that linger. For in those moments, greatness lies. There, you will find the provoked, the determined, the unified. It's in those moments that champions are born.
If you're the band Europe, you love a final countdown. It's what you do. If you want to save 15% or more on car insurance, you switch to Geico. It's what you do.
I grew up in Fort Smith, but never knew how great UAFS is until the first time I stepped on campus. I never felt intimidated because everyone was always so welcoming and helpful, and we know we're all going through this experience together. The level of investment that we get as students is especially comforting and inspiring. The music faculty helped me not only expand my abilities, but also discover my passion for conducting. My name is Chris, I'm a music education major, and UAFS gave me the confidence to follow my dreams.
The academics at LCU, they're very strenuous, but they're worthwhile.
I would honestly say that the academics are top-notch. Being in small classrooms and getting to have those personal relationships with your professors really enhances the academic environment and academic experience. It's very easy to learn when you have professors who genuinely know you and genuinely care about your growth intellectually.
Believe, belong, be blue at Lubbock Christian University.
When you meet a St. Mary's graduate, when you meet anybody that has any sort of involvement with St. Mary's, you'll see that they're all good people. In fact, they're great people that care about the community, that care about what they do on a daily basis. And I'm proud to have had the opportunity to attend a university that cares so much about community, about students, and really does give back in a way that can't be matched around the nation.
We are here today in the Rip Griffin Center at the men's and women's basketball games, and we presented a wish to Angel Martinez. We brought him in as our guest. Throughout the whole game, we would have little contests and things that he would win. Our first surprise was to do a name drawing, and then he got a signed basketball from our basketball players. Our second surprise for Angel was he got to go on the court and drive a remote control car into each Star Wars figure, and every one that he hit, he got a prize. And then his final surprise was a fake costume contest, which it was actually his wish reveal that we got to grant him.
So everybody thinks this is a costume contest, but it actually isn't. We're actually here for someone much more special to us. So that special someone is Angel Martinez. You're going to Legoland!
The best part about this is that all of the athletes and a lot of the community here at LSU get to come together and work really hard to raise this money just so that we can make someone's day extremely special.
The first step to discovering the world starts by discovering who you are and who God created you to be. You have the potential to change the world by learning how to serve the world. We can show you how. Dallas Baptist University, developing servant leaders, transforming lives.
You are a collection of moments, ambition, lessons, and ideas. Learning isn't buildings or borders. It goes beyond the classroom to places you never imagined. What you do with it makes all the difference in the world. Discover a more dynamic you, a more employable you. Discover the international you at Texas A&M International University.
Celebrate the soggy shoes and the slow starts. Celebrate the lessons learned along the way. These are the wins. Not the shiny, nail-biting kind. These are the last a lifetime kind.
Sportsmanship is defined as the conduct and attitude of participants in sports, especially when considered commendable as in fair play, courtesy, and grace in winning or losing.
Sportsmanship is a key value found within St. Edwards University Athletic.
How do you play?
Fairness.
Honesty.
Respect.
Playing sports gives us
Character.
Friendship.
Strength. Respect the players.
Respect the coaches.
Respect the officials.
respect the game.
We are.
We are.
We are.
We are St. Edwards University.
We respect the game. It's not whether you win or lose, it's how you play the game.
Heartland Conference. Get in the game. Heartland Conference. Get in the game.
I'm getting a lot for my money here at LCU.
The value of coming to LCU is priceless. I mean, you get to work around professionals who love you dearly, who love what they're doing, and to put those two together, you can't put a price on it.
I think the most valuable thing about LCU is that I'm receiving an excellent education, but I'm also being spiritually guided through that education.
If a student is on the fence about coming to LCU, this place is one that will change your life forever.
Believe, belong, be blue at Lubbock Christian University.
Cheer for the stumbles. The he shoulda had that's. And the tears that linger. For in those moments, greatness lies. There, you will find the provoked, the determined, the unified. It's in those moments that champions are born.
If you're the band Europe, you love a final countdown. It's what you do. If you want to save 15% or more on car insurance, you switch to Geico. It's what you do.
I grew up in Fort Smith, but never knew how great UAFS is until the first time I stepped on campus. I never felt intimidated because everyone was always so welcoming and helpful, and we know we're all going through this experience together. The level of investment that we get as students is especially comforting and inspiring. The music faculty helped me not only expand my abilities, but also discover my passion for conducting. My name is Chris, I'm a music education major, and UAFS gave me the confidence to follow my dreams.
The academics at LCU, they're very strenuous, but they're worthwhile.
I would honestly say that the academics are top-notch. Being in small classrooms and getting to have those personal relationships with your professors really enhances the academic environment and academic experience. It's very easy to learn when you have professors who genuinely know you and genuinely care about your growth intellectually.
Believe, belong, be blue at Lubbock Christian University.
When you meet a St. Mary's graduate, when you meet anybody that has any sort of involvement with St. Mary's, you'll see that they're all good people. In fact, they're great people that care about the community, that care about what they do on a daily basis. And I'm proud to have had the opportunity to attend a university that cares so much about community, about students, and really does give back in a way that can't be matched around the nation.
We are here today in the Rip Griffin Center at the men's and women's basketball games, and we presented a wish to Angel Martinez. We brought him in as our guest. Throughout the whole game, we would have little contests and things that he would win. Our first surprise was to do a name drawing, and then he got a signed basketball from our basketball players. Our second surprise for Angel was he got to go on the court and drive a remote control car into each Star Wars figure, and every one that he hit, he got a prize. And then his final surprise was a fake costume contest, which it was actually his wish reveal that we got to grant him.
So everybody thinks this is a costume contest, but it actually isn't. We're actually here for someone much more special to us. So that special someone is Angel Martinez. You're going to Legoland!
The best part about this is that all of the athletes and a lot of the community here at LSU get to come together and work really hard to raise this money just so that we can make someone's day extremely special.
The first step to discovering the world starts by discovering who you are and who God created you to be. You have the potential to change the world by learning how to serve the world. we can show you how. Dallas Baptist University, developing servant leaders, transforming lives.
From the beautiful UMAC here in Tulsa, Oklahoma, we proudly welcome you to Championship Sunday 2016 Heartland Conference Tournament wrapping up today, and by the end of the day, we will have 2 tournament champions. Hello again, everyone. My name is Drew Brent alongside David Saltzman and Sean Tiemann. Of course, guys, we are looking forward to this championship matchup, starting off on the women's bracket as number 1 Lubbock Christian facing St. Edwards. And Sean, you know, through this entire tournament, we've talked about how good Lubbock Christian is, but there's a lot on the line going in for Lubbock Christian today.
Yeah, indeed there is. It's a team that's been dominant throughout the season, of course, undefeated and winning the Heartland Conference regular season championship yet again. It's the first time Lubbock Christian is eligible for postseason play at the Division II level, and this is a women's program under 13th year head coach Steve Gomez that just has grown by leaps and bounds since he took over. They were a perennial power in the Sooner Athletic Conference in the NAIA days, and they have just continued that at the Division II level.
Let's talk about impact players. I mean, if you had to pick one for Championship Sunday, who are you picking?
Well, they have a 6'5" post player in Kellen Schneider, who is injured at the moment with a bum left ankle. She's a Division I transfer from Texas Tech. It falls now the interior on the shoulders of Tess Bruffy. 20 points, 6 rebounds, couple of blocks yesterday. Bruffy inside can score the basketball, but she also has a perimeter game. Saw her hit a couple of threes yesterday.
Let's go ahead and talk about St. Edwards, and David, over to you. If there's a Cinderella story in this tournament, St. Edwards possibly fit that bill.
Well, no doubt. It's Cinderella that they've gotten this far. They were 10-16 coming into the tournament, knocking off the 3 seed in A&M International, and then yesterday the 2 seed in Arkansas Fort Smith. But it's much more than that. This is a team which kicked off 2 of its players in December, and head coach J.J. Reel will tell you she didn't even expect to get the 6th seed here in Tulsa back in December. So this has been a team that has grown by leaps and bounds. No senior has played in this tournament. They've just gone 7 deep, and look now, here they are with the chance to be an awfully big Cinderella and wear the glass slipper and make it to the big dance.
Let's talk about impact players for St. Edwards. Of course, you can't make it to Cinderella without having a couple of stars.
Well, no doubt. And again, there's no seniors that are on the floor or who have not been on the floor for the 2 days here. And so they look for their juniors to leadership. Lexi Fothery missed the first 10 games of the season for St. Edwards, and she's never really been 100% healthy, but she's gotten better as the season's gone along and really playing her best basketball right now. 19 points a game in these 2 contests, and just her 3-point shooting has lifted her younger colleagues to be able to play at the top of the game themselves.
Folks, we are at Championship Sunday. By the end of the day, we will have 2 Heartland Conference champions. Stay with us. More to come here on the Heartland Conference Sports Network.
The academics at LCU, they're very strenuous, but they're worthwhile.
I would honestly say that the academics are top-notch. Being in small classrooms and getting to have those personal relationships with your professors really enhances the academic environment and academic experience. It's very easy to learn when you have professors who genuinely know you and genuinely care about your growth intellectually.
Believe, belong, be blue at Lubbock Christian University.
Sportsmanship is defined as the conduct and attitude of participants in sports, especially when considered commendable as in fair play, courtesy, and grace in winning or losing.
Sportsmanship is a key value found within St. Edwards University Athletic.
How do you play?
Fairness.
Honesty.
Respect.
Playing sports gives us
Character.
Friendship.
Strength. Respect the players.
Respect the coaches.
Respect the officials.
Respect the game.
We are.
We are.
We are.
We are St. Edwards University.
We respect the game.
It's not whether you win or lose, it's how you play the game.
Welcome back to the UMAC in Tulsa, Oklahoma. David Salzman, Sean Tiemann, Drew Brent. What an event it's been. 3 quadruple headers needed to get to this point. Championship Sunday and the Women's Championship, the top-ranked team in the nation, Lubbock Christian, against the Cinderella story of this entire tournament, women or men, the 6th seed of St. Edwards. And John, let's look at just how both these teams got to this point. And not unexpected at all, Lubbock Christian blowing out Texas Permian Basin on Thursday. St. Mary's gave them a bit of a struggle. Lady Champs scored a season-low 63 in their win, but still won by 21 points. And there's St. Edwards knocking off the 3 seed and then the 2 seed in Arkansas Fort Smith. And here they are looking to make it to the NCAA tournament.
We know Lubbock Christian can be dominant offensively, David, but for me, it's on the defensive end for this ball club. 33 scored by Permian Basin in the opening round quarterfinal matchup Thursday, and then the semis yesterday. St. Mary's scores just 42 points, combined 75 points. There hasn't been a team this season in conference play score 75 against Lubbock Christian. We think St. Edwards is going to have to score 75 and maybe even more to beat Lubbock Christian. It would be a monumental upset, but how sweet would it be for those slippers to fit real nice at the end of the day for St. Ed's?
It'd be incredible because you have a Lubbock Christian team that is best in the nation in scoring margin at 30 a contest. In fact, 24 of their 28 wins are by 20 points or more. Just 2 of their victories in their undefeated season so far by single digits and 1 in conference play coming against Roger State.
Well, we talked to the Open, the stand-up with our sideline man, Drew Brent, about Lubbock Christian and what they have lacked here at this tournament because of the injury, the ankle injury to Kellen Schneider. I think they're only affected on the defensive end mainly by that. They're going to come out, still hit jump shots, still slash inside. Tess Bruffy's going to be a big part of that, but don't forget the Conference Player of the Year in Nicole Hampton as well.
It's been a St. Edwards team that's really grown before our eyes, and they were growing already before making it to Tulsa, but what growth they've shown in these last 2 games in which they've upset A&M International and Arkansas Fort Smith. We talked about in the Open, Lexi Fothery. She scored 20 in their big win by 15 over an Arkansas Fort Smith team that had won their last 4 meetings with the Hilltoppers. But the young players going as so young as the freshmen have stepped up their game. Bailey Hill averaging 11 points a contest for the Hilltoppers in their 2 wins. Kayla Goebel, easily a career high for her in the victory over A&M International on Thursday with 15. So while Lexi Fothery certainly receives credit, it's been a total team effort, and we haven't mentioned the super quick point guard in Shakira Barnes.
Well, when you look at what this team has done, it's even more remarkable, made by the fact that they're using 7 players at this juncture in the season for head coach J.J. Reel. You have to wonder what she's feeling in her stomach before this game tips off, because knowing you have to keep players fresh against a very deep Lubbock Christian team, even just to think about having a chance. Fothery's been big with the 3-point shot, makes 4 in each round so far at the tournament. She might need 8 total today in a single game if they're going to have a chance. They have to shoot it well from the perimeter to have a shot at dethroning Lubbock Christian.
And they also had to hang in on the boards, and Keani Clark is the player to do that, the junior from Round Rock, Texas for the Hilltoppers. 17 boards in the win over A&M International. And as we take a look at her now with a pretty reverse, 19 points, 11 boards, a double-double in the win over Arkansas Fort Smith yesterday, also added 5 assists.
The key for her is, can she stay fresh? Can she stay fresh? She looked a little winded by the end of the game yesterday, but St. Ed's with Clark, the double-double, the semifinals, 19 points, 11 rebounds. Key for me, she passed it well yesterday out of the post that set up a lot of those 3-point jump shots, falling 5 assists as well for Clark, and only 1 turnover. She'll be undersized, obviously, against Lubbock Christian's bigs, but can she be effective at all? And that's one of the questions going in.
And he said it'll be a monumental upset, and that's no disrespect to St. Ed's. Here's the Lubbock Christian team without the Defensive Player of the Year, Kellen Schneider, out with the ankle injury, and still they've given up just 37.5 points per contest in their 2 wins here in Tulsa. We know Lubbock Christian will be going dancing, probably host the regional next week in the NCAA tournament. Will St. Edwards join them with the big upset? We'll find out next from the UMAC in Tulsa, the Heartland Conference Women's Basketball Championship.
today in the Rip Griffin Center at the men's and women's basketball games, and we presented a wish to Angel Martinez. We brought him in as our guest. Throughout the whole game, we would have little contests and things that he would win. Our first surprise was to do a name drawing, and then he got a signed basketball from our basketball players. Our second surprise for Angel was he got to go on the court and drive a remote control car into each Star Wars figure, and every one that he hit, he got a prize. And then his final surprise was a fake costume contest, which it was actually his wish reveal that we got to grant him.
So everybody thinks this is a costume contest, but it actually isn't. We're actually here for someone much more special to us. So that special someone is Angel Martinez. You're going to Legoland!
The best part about this is that all of the athletes and a lot of the community here at LSU get to come together and work really hard to raise this money just so that we can make someone's day extremely special.
And we welcome you back to the UMAC here live in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Of course, the site of the 2016 Heartland Conference Championship. A championship feel here at the UMAC. Let's go to our public address announcer for the starting lineups.
Championship Sunday here at the UMAC in Tulsa. Ladies first, Lubbock Christian and St. Edwards. Then the men's championship set the tip at about 3:30, Dallas Baptist and Arkansas Fort Smith. First things first, can St. Edwards defeat Lubbock Christian? A feat that no team has accomplished this season. The Lady Chaparrals 28-0. Running through the Heartland Conference undefeated, and as we mentioned just a few moments ago, Sean, just one victory for Lubbock Christian in conference play by single digits, and that came way back on January 14th over Rogers State, 68-59. Tall order for J.J. Reel's Hilltoppers here this afternoon.
Indeed. Look at this roster for Lubbock Christian. While they do have great senior leadership, they have a lot of young talent as well that will come off the bench, and it seems like they don't miss a beat when they go deeper and deeper in Steve Gomez's bench. It would be, as I mentioned, a monumental upset. But if you talk to the St. Edwards players, I think they feel like the way they have competed at this tournament here in Tulsa, they have a legitimate shot of winning this game. And that is hard to say going against a team that beat them by 50-plus points earlier this year.
No one thought they'd really get to the championship game, so why not? That why not attitude has gotten St. Edwards this far, and they get the opening tip. Heartland Conference Women's Tournament Championship game underway. 2-3 zone as we expected by the Lady Chaps to start off. Shakira Barnes with the basketball now. She is our spark plug, running the point. And Lexi Fothery off the mark there on the three.
Well, she's been so good shooting the three ball from the wings and out of the corners here at this UMAC facility. Apparently she's taken a big liking to from the perimeter.
And here is Tess Bruffy now inside. The feed to Haley Fowler, lost it out of bounds, but still it'll be Lubbock Christian ball. Victories for Lubbock Christian over St. Ed's this season by 51 back on February 18th. Much better performance by the Hilltoppers. January 23rd, 78-62. They're 62 points, the most a Heartland Conference team has scored against the Lady Chaps all year. Bruffy off the mark. Clark with the board. She's tied up, however, by Hampton.
If I were a betting man, which I'm generally not, I would say it'll be closer to that 16-point defeat as opposed to the 51-point loss Lubbock Christian handed St. Edwards.
Allison Zabo throws it away into the hands of Barnes. Poked out of bounds, still Hilltopper ball.
It would have been interesting to see how Barnes attacked the rim there with Bruffy, the 6'4" shot blocker, swarming around the rim, and Barnes maybe stands 5'4".
Now, there's no team with close to the size as this Lubbock Christian squad in the Heartland. It'll be interesting to see how St. Edwards shoots from beyond the arc, because you have players like Nicole Hampton at 5'10", Kelsey Hopple at 5'9", out around the perimeter. And as you mentioned, Tess Bruffy inside at 6'4", Allison Zabo at 6'2".
And amazing, Bruffy is just a sophomore.
Barnes looking for Hopple, or rather Hopper, and it's Fowler who anticipates the pass. Man defense by St. Edwards. They'll play that most of the contest. Hopper got a hand on the Fowler shot.
Yeah, nice block there. Bringing it up from her waist to try to scoop it with the left hand and cramping down on her style there toward the left block. Nice defense by Hopper.
15 on the shot clock. Kelsey Hopple was 0 for 7 from beyond the arc yesterday. Puts Lubbock Christian on the board here this afternoon.
Well, she's been cold primarily throughout the tournament, but she can shoot it over a 40% rate from three on the season, and she's been really good from outside the arc her entire career, although she redshirted last year.
Right, she and Nicole Hampton redshirting because Lubbock Christian was not eligible for the NCAA tournament.
Yeah, they wanted to be a part of that for their head coach, Steve Gomez, as that ball was knocked out of bounds and will go over to Lubbock Christian. But how unselfish is it for these other players who saw more time and are now back on the bench, although Zabo's in a starting role today. Fowler was one of those that was a starter last year for Steve Gomez because both of those players sat out last season on the redshirt year.
Steve Gomez says that his team connects and flows with each other like a family.
Yin yang, right?
28-0. Zabo to the rim, no. And Abby Hopper, the freshman from Lubbock, Texas, with a board.
She's one of the very rare players right now for St. Ed's that can match some of the size that Lubbock Christian presents, and she will need a big defensive rebounding game here today for St. Ed's.
St. Edwards with just one senior in Ted Day, who has not seen action here in Tulsa. J.J. Reel and staff has just gone 7 deep with 3 juniors in Barnes, Clark, and Fothery. They break the pressure. Clark cut off by Zabo. Hopper puts St. Edwards on the board.
Nice post-to-post pass there. Went back up mid-post from down low, and Clark finds the open teammate for the little drop-off in through the net.
First round of the women's tournament was Thursday. Everyone got a break on Friday, and now back-to-back games for both these teams. Semis yesterday here in Tulsa. Look how Bruffy handles the ball, and they'll count the basket. Barnes called for the foul.
Oh, Barnes just caught in a bad spot on the floor. Bruffy attacking, and she was still moving just slightly. Otherwise, it could have been a charge. Bruffy yesterday showed her outside game, showed her post-up game, showed her slashing game that we just saw her roll to the bucket on the penetration again.
Now, she's certain to be preseason first team all-conference next year, and just a sophomore, but coming in averaging over 13 points a game, 5 boards, over 60 blocks on the year.
So skilled for her size, more like a point guard or a 2-guard, a combo guard, but with that height, just dangerous on the floor.
Hilltoppers doing a good job against the pressure. They set up with 22 on the shot clock.
If body language means anything early, I like the body language of the Hilltoppers, not fearing the moment.
It's been a loose group all week here in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Barnes called for the walk. Expected Lubbock Christian will be the 1 seed out of the South Central region when the NCAA tournament brackets are announced, but they want to get to play at home with a 29-0 record. From the corner, Fowler gives it to Zabo. Fowler the putback and will go to the line for 2 free throws.
Zabo had a wide open look from the wing. Lubbock Christian shooting the ball early has been slightly cold, but for them that doesn't matter. They just keep coming at you in waves.
Rebounds are 5-1 in favor of the Lady Shaps.
Yeah, expect to have that as a wide gap in this game, but one way or another, St. Ed's is going to have to find a way to make Lubbock Christian uncomfortable with one and done and not give up offensive rebounds in this game.
Fowler 11 points a game in the tournament coming in. And methodically through 4 minutes, it's a 6-point lead for the top-ranked team in the nation. Fothery with the 3 to cut the deficit in half. Oh, they rule it at 2, foot on the line.
This SFA transfer, Stephen F. Austin, just such a soft touch over the front of the rim, even from deep. Looks like a little layup.
Bruffy over Clark from the elbow. That's just unguardable, not just in this league, but really in OLA Division II. Tess Bruffy 6'4" from the elbow with those long arms on the shot.
We go along here in the first half, first quarter. See how Barnes handles this zone. They like to trap up high out of it an awful lot.
Fowler got her hand on the pass from Barnes, and here comes Bruffy. Nicole Hampton, Heartland Conference Player of the Year and 1.
Not the fastest off the bounce, deceptively quick, but what she does is uses her body better than any point guard in the Heartland Conference and maybe in all of Division II women's basketball. That was impressive on the drive. She's not a speed merchant, but she hits angles well, and that time was able to put it through and still take the body blow.
One of the last things that St. Edwards needed is for their starting point guard, Shakira Barnes, to be in foul trouble. She just picked up her second. Comes out for Bailey Hill, freshman from San Marcos, Texas. 13-4.
Tough cover for Barnes against Hampton, mainly on the defensive end. Those fouls will not help St. Edwards.
So Hill will run the point. She's had a nice tournament, 11 points a game in their 2 victories. Jolly around the rim and in.
Well, how about that quick catch and release? She did not even jump to shoot the basketball. It rolled around and threw another soft jumper for St. Ed's.
St. Ed's had 18 threes in their 2 wins coming in. They get their first from Jolly from Maple Ridge, Canada. Hampton right by Jolly and a charge. It's Hill drawing the charge on Hampton, who thought Hill was in the restricted area.
Hampton jumps up quickly to argue her point. Maybe still sliding slightly with those feet coming together.
St. Edwards down 6 with the ball, trying to pull off the upset over number 1 Lubbock Christian.
Cheer for the stumbles. The he shoulda had that's. And the tears that linger. For in those moments, greatness lies. There, you will find the provoked, the determined, the unified. It's in those moments that champions are born.
The academics at LCU, they're very strenuous, but they're worthwhile.
I would honestly say that the academics are top-notch. Being in small classrooms and getting to have those personal relationships with your professors really enhances the academic environment and academic experience. It's very easy to learn when you have professors who genuinely know you and genuinely care about your growth intellectually.
Believe, belong, be blue at Lubbock Christian University.
If you're the band Europe, you love a final countdown. It's what you do. If you want to save 15% or more on car insurance, you switch to Geico. It's what you do.
I grew up in Fort Smith, but never knew how great UAFS is until the first time I stepped on campus. I never felt intimidated because everyone was always so welcoming and helpful, and we know we're all going through this experience together. The level of investment that we get as students is especially comforting and inspiring. The music faculty helped me not only expand my abilities, but also discover my passion for conducting. My name is Chris, I'm a music education major, and UAFS gave me the confidence to follow my dreams.
13-7, number 1 ranked team in the nation, Lubbock Christian over St. Edwards, just past the midway point of the first quarter. Steve Gomez, born in Lubbock, longtime coach there, 13th year as head coach of Lubbock Christian, and before that, 7 outstanding seasons as the head coach of Cooper girls basketball in the Lubbock area. Let's go to Drew Brent.
Well, you're talking about Steve Gomez. I'm over here on the St. Edwards sideline opposing him, and J.J. Reel really has an inspiring and very uplifting message for her players. Before the game started, she told her players, look, this is our moment. Go out there and have fun. And during this last timeout, just telling them, concentrate, be us. We earned the right to be here. And so really there's an air of positivity on this sideline, guys.
Yeah, thanks. In fact, that's been St. Edwards' theme since December, us, not them. As Lexi Fothery with the 3 off the mark. No offensive boards yet for the Hilltoppers. But St. Ed's scout of their opponent is literally the size of an index card because they realized they were concentrating too much on their opponent early. Then after kicking off 2 players in December as Hoppel gets her second 3. That's when J.J. Reel and staff simplified things, and now look, they're here in the conference tournament title game.
Well, if Hoppel starts hitting threes, you can close the door, lock it, barricade it. This one, you know, they're just so good from all phases of the game, but add that 3 element from one of your better shooters who struggled at the tournament, they can be lights out.
Hopper, her second field goal.
Nice response there. You have an open jump shot, have to take them.
Lexi Fothery on Lubbock Christian's last offensive possession came down a bit lame, limping just a bit now as she guards Kelsey Hoppel. Clark stays with Bruffy, 12 to shoot. They find Hampton down low.
Well, initially Clark did a good job, but somebody lost Hampton among the maze of players cutting in and out of the paint.
St. Edwards from the floor so far, 4 of 7. But Lubbock Christian, 3 offensive boards, 5 second chance points, one of the differences. Hill. Still just one and done off the St. Edwards misses. To the rim, Fowler too hard. 5 on 4 for a moment as Fowler tries to get back, but Hill will slow it down. Hopper needs help. Jolly moves in on Blair Taylor. The hesitation gets Hoppel to the rim. She has 8.
Looks like coming out of the locker room, wanted to be real aggressive, make a point of emphasis for her to have the basketball in her hands, whether it's shooting the 3 or now driving to the bucket, putting a stamp on this game early. Hoppel, no one really been talking about her for a couple of days.
Yep,
she wanted some press.
Yep, she was scoreless yesterday. Clark, the strong move on Bruffy to get it within 9. Jolly got a tip of it and a turnover.
Nice block it. Hampton wanted to go to the reverse there, but she caught it on the right block. Hampton at her size, 5'9", 5'10", can post up. Most other point guards matched up on her.
To cut it to 6. First offensive board for the Hilltoppers. Hill, turnaround jumper this time over Bruffy. And Fothery will chase it down.
Well, it looks like St. Edwards is aware they have to hit some threes, so they're taking a lot early.
They have 3 chances there, unable to connect. Hopple in double figures, she'll go to the line.
Well, this is the most active we've seen her here at this tournament in Tulsa. If you've watched this conference, this team, even back when it was in the Sooner Athletic in its NAIA days, you know the kind of performer that Hopple can be, and she can go on big-time scoring binges. She's on one of those for Lubbock Christian here at the start. And we didn't mention her, basically, in the introduction to the broadcast, so I find that awfully interesting. She is looking to score the ball.
You can imagine how much perhaps Steve Gomez and staff challenged her if she didn't challenge herself after her struggles from the floor yesterday. 10 already after no points at all in the 63-42 win over St. Mary's.
This program seems to acquire talent and players that are already where they need to be mentally.
Fothery way off. Fothery without a three-pointer yet today, after connecting on 8 of 15 from beyond the arc, and the Hilltoppers 2 wins to get here.
Fothery, outstanding comment in the press conference of the postgame last night against Fort Smith. She said there was no way we were going to lose this game.
They had lost their last 4 to the Lady Lions. Clark now on Hopple. 12 to shoot. Fowler. Zabot outleaps Hopper for the rebound. Shot clock off. Still Lubbock Christian ball. Steve Gomez will bring in Hampton now, knowing his team can take the final shot of the quarter. Lubbock Christian 8 of 15 shooting. That's what they do. The average 51% as a team for the year. Well, they leave Blair Taylor wide open. And another offensive board. They're getting all the long rebounds, it seems. Second try for Taylor. And Lubbock Christian will settle for the 11-point lead. Through 1, looking to cap off an undefeated regular season and run through the tournament. Lubbock Christian up 11 on 6th seed St. Edwards.
Sportsmanship is defined as the conduct and attitude of participants in sports, especially when considered commendable, as in fair play, courtesy, and grace in winning or losing.
Sportsmanship is a key value found within St. Edwards University Athletic.
How do you play?
Fairness.
Honesty.
Respect.
Playing sports gives us
Character.
Friendship.
Strength. Respect the players.
Respect the coaches.
Respect the officials.
respect the game.
We are.
We are.
We are.
We are St. Edwards University.
We respect the game. It's not whether you win or lose. It's how you play the game.
When you meet a St. Mary's graduate, when you meet anybody that has any sort of involvement with St. Mary's, you'll see that they're all good people. In fact, they're great people that care about the community, that care about what they do on a daily basis. And I'm proud to have had the opportunity to attend a university that cares so much about community, about students, and really does give back in a way that can't be matched around the nation.
Steve Gomez's team limiting St. Edwards to 5 of 14 shooting. And no doubt the offensive boards and St. Edwards turnovers have played a part in the Lady Shaps leading by 11.
Yeah, 16-0 combined in the points off turnovers and second chance points. 8-0 in each side, points in the paint, as you might expect. Lubbock Christian edge there, 10-4 as well. Lubbock Christian sagging back, ready to start this second quarter. We'll see if St. Ed's keeps firing from 3. My guess is they will. I think they have to.
Just 1 of 7 from beyond the arc in that first. Shakira Barnes back on the floor. 2 early fouls for her. 3 turnovers as well. She had 9 in the win over International Thursday, just 1 yesterday in the victory over Fort Smith. Kiana Clark on the bench for the first time. Kayla Goebel. Here comes Hampton. 5th board already for the Conference Player of the Year. Hoppel lost control. Zabo short on the follow. The length of the top of this Lady Shop zone, you just don't see that in this league and in much of Division II. And then Barnes has to deal with the size down low as she tries to get it over Zabo.
Yeah, you have to penetrate at least a little bit into the teeth of that zone before you try to find an open teammate.
You don't really have to double the dribblers that they get inside the zone because you have faith in your post players like Zabo and Tess Bruffy to be able to defend one-on-one.
Yeah, that's what those anchors down inside with all that height, 6'2", 6'4", without the 6'5" Schneider. I don't see how you beat them, especially with a healthy Schneider. It's the defense, really, that fuels everything they do.
Bruffy back in. Haley Jolly just picked up her first for St. Edwards. Hoppel. Here comes Shakira Barnes. Jolly fouled. Zabo will pick up her first. Haley Jolly from Maple Ridge, Canada, sophomore. 6 points a game of the tournament coming in. Clark back on the floor. Fading on Zabo. Lubbock Christian going cold. Here comes Barnes.
Neither team much offense here in the first couple of minutes of the second.
None at all. Still a 22-11. Barnes, the tough shot.
Yeah, boy, that was guarded, and it was about a 5'11", 6-foot player in your face. Barnes is undersized. Has to use her quickness a little bit more to her advantage when they set up in the half-court offense.
Her first 2, 13 a game. The first 2 contests here in Tulsa. Hoppel feeling it still, starting to miss now.
Well, that'll help St. Ed's.
They can get it to within 7 or 6 on a 3.
Last couple of trips down, what they've been doing is try to work it in the post down to Clark and then fire it back out as Barnes misses a jump shot from the line.
Was halfway down, Zabo the rebound, her 4th. Rebound edge of 9 for Lubbock Christian. We're still with 7 minutes to go in the first half. Position Bruffy on Jolly. Lubbock Christian 0 of 5 from the floor this quarter.
It was good standing tall defense right there. Did not foul and forced the miss.
Kayla Goebel, 15 points in the win Thursday, a career high. Barnes tries it again. Got it this time, her second field goal.
That's what I mentioned just a few possessions ago. Dribble in just a little bit. Either take the shot right away or find somebody if you think they're open. Barnes making better decisions here in the last minute plus.
Hilltoppers have it within 7 over top-ranked Lubbock Christian. Fowler moves on Hill, the pretty reverse. Over 3,800 points in her high school career at Smyer, Texas, just west of Lubbock, second all-time in Texas girls basketball history.
Just an old school post-up game right there from Fowler.
Hopple got the tip. St. Edwards ball, 15 to shoot. Fothery returns for Hill. Bobby Chitsey on the floor for the first time for Lubbock Christian. 6'1" freshman from Wall, Texas, a few hours south of Lubbock. Fothery on the inbounds, 2 and a foul. They can get it to within 6.
And then lets out a big bark inside after she took the contact. I thought that dribble fooled Lubbock Christian a little bit and threw them off rhythm trying to guard that pass. She just went to the right side a little bit to avoid the initial defender, and then off the dribble put it up and in.
Hilltoppers down 11 at the end of 1, 7-2 edge this quarter. 24-18.
Well, if they could just find a way to be a little more consistent offensively. At the moment, in it, because Lubbock isn't making every single shot they take.
And the Hilltoppers are doing this without their three-point shooting. Fothery the tip. Fowler saves.
Good post defense by Fothery.
6 on the shot clock. Hampton moves on Goebel. Can't stop that.
Unbelievable. Shot clock running down. She knew it was dripping away and had to launch from somewhere. Found a way just with a crafty dribble and then the bank shot from a bad angle over a defender.
She averages 14 a game, and she can score more than that, but has the teammates to distribute to for Hill. Clark, the offensive board and putback.
That shot by Hampton for Lubbock Christian just personifies why she's the league player of the year.
Blocking foul, Fothery and Clark to the floor. Fothery got there a step too late, her second. Second team foul on St. Edwards. Looked like Lubbock Christian would run away with this one after 1, but the 6-seeded Hilltoppers, the Cinderella stories of this tournament, women or men, within 6 against the top-ranked team in all the nation.
You are a collection of moments, ambition, lessons, and ideas. Learning isn't buildings or borders. It goes beyond the classroom to places you never imagined. What you do with it makes all the difference in the world. Discover a more dynamic you, a more employable you. Discover the international you at Texas A&M International University.
Cheer for the stumbles. The he shoulda had that's. And the tears that linger. For in those moments, greatness lies. There, you will find the provoked, the determined, the unified. It's in those moments that champions are born.
The first step to discovering the world starts by discovering who you are and who God created you to be. You have the potential to change the world by learning how to serve the world. We can show you how. Dallas Baptist University, developing servant leaders, transforming lives.
Celebrate the soggy shoes and the slow starts. Celebrate the lessons learned along the way. These are the wins. Not the shiny nail-biting kind. These are the last a lifetime kind.
St. Edwards within 6 of Lubbock Christian. Let's go to Drew.
Guys, both benches, interesting conversations during the last couple of timeouts for Coach Gomez. A little bit of frustration on this sideline, really talking about we need to get some shots to fall and not happy about the St. Edwards defense really making a run on the other end. But Coach J.J. Real, guys, as you mentioned earlier, not doing this with their three-point shooting, well, that's by design. Coach J.J. Real saying, look, if you don't have the hot hand, bake the pass underneath. We would rather get points than have missed threes, and that has been effective for them so far.
Thanks so much, Drew. Lubbock Christian 2 of 8 from the floor this quarter. And to his point, Sean, both these teams from inside the arc in the game, 8 of 16. That's not surprising for the Lady Chaparrals. Pretty surprising for St. Edwards going against the size of Lubbock Christian.
Yeah, and we know about Lubbock Christian's depth and what they bring to the table offensively. Three-point shooting has been a big part of that.
Haley Fowler now with 6. Clark moves in on Chitsy. And we'll get a foul down low. Chitsy picks up her second.
The faithful from Lubbock Christian wanted a foul on the offensive player, Clark, but I like the call. She just kept trying to barge her way in there, and the players were moving. Little shoulder to chest action, and I think Clark earned this trip to the line.
Just under 60% from the stripe in Tulsa. 67% from the line in the regular season. As Hoppel and Zabo check back in for Lubbock Christian. One of 2 for Clark. Lubbock Christians led the whole way. St. Edwards hanging in there. 10 to shoot. Zabo. Again, just can't stop that.
Just throw it up. Hopefully it hits the rim. You have a soft touch. It'll bounce in eventually.
Zabo's first 2. Hampton with the tip. She'll come away with a steal. Fowler right by Barnes. The lead up to 11.
And this is those runs they go on. And all of a sudden you look up at the scoreboard and you're down 30.
It's just the 4th St. Edwards turnover. Barnes with all of them. Father, he spins on Zabo. Nice move.
Yeah, he tests that ankle, which was injured earlier in the year. Looked pretty good on that move.
Bruffy able to find Hampton short on the shot.
I thought Bruffy was in deep enough to try to put it up on the rim. Instead made a pass inside a phone booth and it didn't work.
Barnes been able to stay on the floor all quarter with 2 fouls. St. Ed's has not attempted a 3 this quarter. Until now, Abby Hopper, and they're within 6.
They don't need the 3 to be the primary offense, but at times it can really help bring it back closer, and that's what they've done right here.
Hopper with 7. Popple. Steve Gomez wanted a foul, didn't get one. A jump instead, still Lubbock Christian ball.
Looked like Hopple maybe raked on the arm there, trying to come up with the shot inside the middle of the lane.
Oh, they leave Hopple open on the inbounds. Hampton, another offensive board. 2 and a foul.
Well, Hopple's gone cold, but the rest of the Lady Chaps helping pick up the offensive slack, and one of those is the conference's Player of the Year, Nicole Hampton from Canyon, Texas.
Her 4th offensive rebound. She now has 9 points. St. Edwards, last meeting between these two teams, lost by 51 on the conference's biggest stage. Hanging around, though the Lady Chaps have had an answer every time. Clark, too long. Jolly, though, gets the offensive rebound.
Looked like Zabo just fell away there. Tried to draw a charge call, but referees didn't take the bait.
Good ball movement. Barnes straight away. No.
Have to hit that.
Bruffy swats away the second chance. Hampton swatted it away from Hopper, and then Abby Hopper picks up the foul.
It's almost like when you play Lubbock Christian, the other team's guards are unaware of how long the arms are on Nicole Hampton and Hopple and some of their other guards.
That's a great point. She came in to Tulsa with 76 steals, 8 here in their 2 wins. And allows their team to have the basketball, looking to extend a 9-point lead. Inside the feed to Fowler.
Just taking advantage of the size mismatch down low with Barnes trying to guard the much taller Fowler.
St. Edwards has had it within 6 twice this quarter. Lubbock Christians responded with 5-0 runs both times. 90 seconds to go first half. Hill steps back. Fothery. Foul by Fowler. 14th foul on the Lady Chaps. Timeout call. Fans at halftime will have the Heartland Conference Hall of Fame ceremony aired right here. Still a minute 23 to go in the first half. Lubbock Christian up 11.
Celebrate the soggy shoes and the slow starts. Celebrate the lessons learned along the way. These are the wins. Not the shiny, nail-biting kind. These are the last a lifetime kind.
St. Edwards tied with Lubbock Christian this quarter after the Lady Chaps rolled out to a 22-11 lead through 1. Lubbock Christian 79-33 winners over Texas Permian Basin Thursday, 63-42 over St. Mary's on Saturday. Hampton another strip. Fothery though fights for it, and St. Edwards with control. Shot clock did not reset, but there's still 19 left.
A little grit there from Fothery, trying to take on 2 Lady Chaps in the corner on her backside, and came away with the ball with a quick pass back up to the perimeter.
Fothery inside Hampton, the jumper.
She needs to look for her shot more.
She has 9, that leads the Hilltoppers. Hopple, 10 points in the first, none since. Haley Fowler and Nicole Hampton with 10 apiece. Zabo inside for 2.
Even the bigs for Lubbock Christian can dish the basketball off. Nice pass over the top of the defense for the easy 2.
They just can't be good at one thing and see the floor for this Lubbock Christian program. Fothery. Cole from beyond the arc today, 0 of 4. Here comes Hampton, shot clock off. Inside Bruffy, and the lead 13.
Interesting how they don't even care to wait for the clock to run down. Just attack all the time for Lubbock.
Barnes. Off the mark. St. Edwards had it within 6. And then Lubbock Christian showing why they're the #1 ranked team in the nation, pushing the lead out to 13 as they look to go to the NCAA tournament 29-0. 41-28 is the score. Lubbock Christian at the half. Coming up in just a minute, we'll have the Heartland Conference Hall of Fame ceremony. But first, as we look at stats, as mentioned a moment ago, Sean, 3 Lubbock Christian players in double figures. Nicole Hampton, Kelsey Hopple, and Haley Fowler with 10 points apiece. Balanced scoring for St. Ed's, Lexi Fothery with 9. But the Hilltoppers just under 40% from the floor. Lubbock Christian's offense stalled a bit in the second quarter, but the defense stepping up, and a big reason why the Lady Chaps are up double figures.
It's a pick your poison of choice when you try to shut down Lubbock Christian or even draw something up, proposing to stop Lubbock Christian. Hopple had the hot hand at the start with those 3 balls falling in, hit 2 of them, and then in the second quarter, it shifted to someone else, and that's always the case with Lubbock Christian.
Time now for our Heartland Conference Hall of Fame ceremony on the floor of the UMAC.
Our newest honorees. Please welcome to the floor for the Heartland Conference Hall of Fame presentations, Commissioner Tony Stigliano and Chair of the Heartland Conference President's Council, University of Arkansas Fort Smith Chancellor, Dr. Paul Barron. Our first inductee rightfully earned her spot on the pantheon of all-time St. Mary's greats and a true Heartland Conference legend. few have accomplished what Kimberly Kling Cavazos achieved while wearing the gold and blue from 2002 to 2004. As a pitcher, she was three-time All-American, three-time Heartland Conference Player of the Year, was named to the 2003 National Softball Player of the Year, and was chosen as a top 25 Athlete of the Decade in NCAA Division II for the 2000s, all while leading the Rattlers softball team to its second national championship and the softball team's first as a member of the NCAA. That was in 2002 during St. Mary's infancy in the Heartland Conference. Last month, she became just the second female in St. Mary's athletics history to have her jersey number retired when her number 17 was lifted in the rafters. Kling Cavazos was rarely beaten during her time at St. Mary's, posting a career record of 88 wins and only 12 losses. Kim was not only dominant in the circle, but was a great hitter as well. In 2002, she led the NCAA in hits with 92, led the nation in doubles with 24, led the country in RBI with 69. She also tied for the nation's lead in victories that season, winning 35 games in the circle. For her career, Kim graduated as the all-time Heartland Conference leader in countless hitting and pitching categories, including shutouts, strikeouts, wins, batting average, RBI, doubles, and on-base percentage. And to this day, her career ERA 1.11 still stands atop the Heartland Conference record book. In all, the St. Mary's Hall of Famer graduated with 506 strikeouts, 88 wins, 29 shutouts, 4 no-hitters in 103 games started, not to mention the 159 RBI, 60 doubles, and career batting average of .407 that she produced at the plate. Kim's offensive stats were just as striking as her performance on the mound. She was such a consistent performer at the plate that we wanted the bat in her hands as often as possible to be able to carry a 400-plus batting average and dominate on the mound as she did sets her apart as one of the top softball players that has ever come through the Heartland Conference, said longtime St. Mary's softball coach Donna Fields. Having fulfilled her dream on the diamond, Kling Cavazos is now living out her other dream, which is to teach. She teaches 6th grade physical education and coaches 7th grade volleyball, basketball, and track at Hobby Middle School in San Antonio, where she and her husband David reside. Ladies and gentlemen, here she is, our first member of the 2016 Heartland Conference Hall of Fame class, Kimberly Kling Cavazos.
First, I would like to thank the Heartland Conference for this tremendous honor. A special thank you to my family, friends, teammates, and coaches for their continued support. It is definitely a privilege to not only be recognized by the university, but by the conference as a whole. During my time at St. Mary's, both as a player and a coach, Buddy Meyer was a Rattler icon. Today, I will be forever linked with him in this Hall of Fame, making this honor truly a blessing. I played for the conference in its early years. It has been exciting to watch the league's continued growth, and I look forward to its future endeavors under Tony Stigliano. Thank you.
Once again, new Hall of Famer Kimberly Kling Cavazos. Our next inductee has helped shape the recent history of Texas A&M International baseball on the field and from the dugout. Ryan Flynn was a standout infielder from 2007 to 2009 and is now the leader of the Dust Devils program in his second season as head coach. Flynn played 144 games, which ranks second all-time at TAMIU, and started every game in his career except one. He ranks first in batting average, RBI, walks, on-base percentage, and defensive assists. He also stands in the top 5 all-time in at-bats, slugging percentage, hits, runs, doubles, and home runs. He hit for the 4th and 5th highest batting averages in 2008 and in 2007. He has 2 of the top 10 seasons in school history in batting average, slugging percentage, hits, and runs scored. He also holds 3 of the top 6 single-season RBI totals. His 13 doubles in 2008 are tied for the most in a single season, and he tied for the 5th and 7th best walk totals in all 3 of his seasons with 27, 26, and 26, respectively. All 3 of his single-season on-base percentages rank in the program's top 8. Flynn's currently 9th all-time for on-base percentage in the Heartland Conference. Flynn, as a middle infielder, was a 2-time first-team all-conference selection and served as the Dust Devils captain for 2 years. He was a true leader on and off the field during his time at Texas A&M International. After graduating from there, he stayed in Laredo to start his professional career with the Laredo Broncos of the United League. Even during his time in the pros, he never lost touch with Texas A&M International pride. Starting in 2012, he took the role of assistant coach for the Dust Devils, bringing forth a new wave of talent and pride. He continued to build his presence in the Laredo baseball community by taking the role of player coach for the Laredo Lemurs in 2014. He always said he truly cared about TAMIU and the community and had a desire to come back to his alma mater to lead the baseball program. In the summer of 2014, he got his wish, was offered the head coaching position, which he has held since. He has led the Dust Devils just as he did his teammates on and off the field. He coaches with a style that develops talented group of competitive baseball players into great athletes and respectful young men. Please welcome our next 2016 Heartland Conference Hall of Fame inductee, Ryan Flynn.
First off, I just want to congratulate Kimberly in being inducted to the Hall of Fame. It's a true honor and congratulations to her. Second off, I want to thank 2 very special people in my life, Dr. Ray Keck and Ethan Ramirez, who are at home watching, but they're a big part of my life, making me the person who I am today. Also, I want to thank my university as a whole. 10 years deep into my heart. I love that place to death, and I thank my university as well. I want to thank as well my coaches in my career, Steve Pizarnik, Mark Jackson, Nick Calloway, Chad Porter, Jim Barnett is here today, him as well. Thank you, coaches. They molded me into the player I was and the person I am today as well. Finally, I'd like to thank my brothers and sisters who are at home watching, for all competing, making me into the athlete and the player I am. Thank you. And last but not least, to my mom, Sean, you're my rock. Thank you.
Once again, new Hall of Famer, Ryan Flynn. "17 years ago, the Heartland Conference launched its inaugural season in Division II with 6 teams and the promise of something greater. Now with 11 schools and multiple national championships, the foundation has been laid for a strong future by our final inductee. Commissioner Tony Stigliano didn't start his professional career on a path towards athletic administration. Rather, as he always has, he led a life of service, serving in the United States Air Force for 22 years, where he earned the rank of Master Sergeant, which is the highest leadership rank an enlisted man can earn. Tony lived all over the world before finding a permanent home in Waco, Texas in 1982. While in the Air Force, Tony began his career as a basketball official at the Rec Center at Hickman Air Force Base. Since that day in 1969, he's officiated an estimated 4,000 games at all levels, all the way up to the Division I NCAA Elite Eight. Along the way, Tony has officiated games featuring the likes of Larry Bird, Michael Jordan, Robert Parrish, and others. He has been a part of history officiating the first ever NCAA game where a 15 seed knocked off a 2 seed when Syracuse was upset by Richmond in 1991. Tony has also trained accomplished referees like Violet Palmer, who became the first female referee to officiate an NBA playoff game. In 1999, Tony started the Heart of Texas Conference with 6 teams and eventually expanded the conference and renamed it to what we now know as the Heartland Conference. He started the conference with no full-time employees and little more than his trademark work ethic and winning smile that leaves an impression wherever he goes. Tony has helped to ensure all Heartland institutions are taking part in the Make-A-Wish Foundation and community engagement. This week alone, student athletes involved in the Heartland Conference Basketball Championships have served over 200 hours in the community working with local elementary kids from the Union Public School District. Even after all these years, Tony shows no signs of slowing down as he continues to lead the Heartland Conference with the support of his wife of 51 years, Billy, his 3 children, 5 grandchildren, and 1 great-grandchild. Ladies and gentlemen, our final member of this year's Hall of Fame for the Heartland Conference, the founding father, Tony Stigliano.
Thank you very much. This is a real surprise. I did not know this was going to happen. And my kids are here. So it's, I got tears in my eyes. And I appreciate everything. Thank you.
Once again, a big final round of applause for our 3 Hall of Fame inductees, Kimberly Kling Cavazos, Ryan Flynn, and Tony Stigliano.
I'm getting a lot for my money here at LCU.
The value of coming to LCU is priceless. I mean, you get to work around professionals who love you dearly, who love what they're doing, and to put those two together, you can't put a price on it.
I think the most valuable thing about LCU is that I'm receiving an excellent education, but I'm also being spiritually guided through that education.
If a student is on the fence about coming to LCU, this place is one that will change your life forever.
Believe, belong, be blue at Lubbock Christian University.
Cheer for the stumbles, the he shoulda had that's, and the tears that linger. For in those moments, greatness lies. There you will find the provoked, the determined, the unified. It's in those moments that champions are born.
If you're the band Europe, you love a final countdown. It's what you do. If you want to save 15% or more on car insurance, you switch to Geico. It's what you do.
I grew up in Fort Smith, but never knew how great UAFS is until the first time I stepped on campus. I never felt intimidated because everyone was always so welcoming and helpful, and we know we're all going through this experience together. The level of investment that we get as students is especially comforting and inspiring. The music faculty helped me not only expand my abilities, but also discover my passion for conducting. My name is Chris, I'm a music education major, and UAFS gave me the confidence to follow my dreams.
The academics at LCU, they're very strenuous, but they're worthwhile.
I would honestly say that the academics are top-notch. Being in small classrooms and getting to have those personal relationships with your professors really enhances the academic environment and academic experience. It's very easy to learn when you have professors who genuinely know you and genuinely care about your growth intellectually.
Believe, belong, be blue at Lubbock Christian University.
And welcome back. Lubbock Christian, St. Edwards. Warm-ups before the start of the second half with the top-ranked team in the nation, and Lubbock Christian leading 41-28. Real special Heartland Hall of Fame ceremony, and in fact the commish, Tony Stigliano, had no idea he was being inducted, so that was a nice surprise and a great cap-off to a really great ceremony. Now we look ahead to the second half, Sean Tiemann, and as we look at halftime stats, Lubbock Christian 47% shooting, 16-34. 2 of 10 from beyond the arc, 7 of 8 from the line. St. Edwards 12 of 32, 38%. Like the Lady Shops, 2 of 10 from beyond the arc, 2 of 3 from the charity stripe. They got the rebound deficit, did the Hilltoppers, down to 5, 21-16 in favor of Lubbock Christian, but 9 Lubbock Christian offensive boards. And here are the 2 key stats, I think. Second chance points favor the Lady Shops, 11-4, and points off turnovers, 12-0 in favor of Lubbock Christian.
Well, the theme coming into this tournament on the women's side for the Heartland Conference was not could anyone beat Lubbock Christian, but could anyone stay close and put a scare into the Lady Chaps. And that, to this point, hasn't happened. They had it down to 6 at 26-20, but a big closing run for Lubbock Christian. And they have been dynamite throughout this tournament like they have all season. We're seeing how they play in this tournament without one of their anchors defensively, with the 6'5" Kellen Schneider in the post, injured, suffering a bum ankle in practice a couple of days ago. I don't think they've really missed a beat. You bring in Allison Zabot to make the start in place of Schneider, and they continue to look offensively like they have this season, last season, the year before. Remember their first ever year in the Heartland Conference 3 seasons ago? They were undefeated, a perfect 20-0 in this conference. So a lot of the other programs knew what was to come once they became eligible, and that has happened this year.
First time eligible for the NCAAs now, Lubbock Christian in 2016. Let's go to Drew Brent.
Guys, interesting sideline report coming your way here, because it's really a tale of 2 different sidelines. Coach Gomez, before the beginning of halftime, was really stressing to his players, guys, we have got to maintain our fundamentals. He was really not happy with the run, or the seeming run, that St. Edwards seemed to be building. On the other side of the court, however, that maintenance that you've talked about so much, David, of us, not them, that continues to be the philosophy of Coach J.J. Real, mentioning to our players, this is fun, this is our moment, we belong here, let's play our game, let's hang with these guys, make sure that we're not taking too many threes that are ill-advised, really coaching her players that if you don't have the hot hand, find it inside and try to maintain and stay inside.
Thanks so much, J.J. Real, 4th season as head coach of the Hilltoppers, 2nd Heartland Conference Tournament championship appearance. They won it all 2 years ago as the 4 seed, when only 4 teams made it to the Heartland Conference Tournament. 10 years an assistant, J.J. Real, before becoming the head coach of the Hilltoppers. Well, St. Edwards obviously needs to make shots, and hope Lubbock Christian has such a cold spell as they did for the beginning of the second quarter, which helped the Hilltoppers get back in it. They'll have the ball first, will St. Edwards.
Well, they started finding more success when Barnes was able to dribble just a little bit into that zone and then pull up or pass the basketball like she did right there.
And connects. Shakira Barnes now with 6.
Now you don't want to go in too deep, because you'll find the tall trees inside for Lubbock Christian waiting to block shots, and they're one of the best in the country.
Haley Fowler, Nicole Hampton, Kelsey Hoppel, 10 points apiece. Starting 5 has had all the points for both teams as Fowler's called for the walk.
Well, you need to force turnovers to gain extra possessions, because you'll need the points, obviously, but even with a deficit, you're going to have to shoot it extremely well, and they will need timely threes. You don't want them to stop launching from 3, but it needs to be at the right moments.
That was just the 4th Lubbock Christian turnover. St. Edwards with just 5, but that was, as we mentioned a minute ago, Lubbock Christian 12 points off those turnovers. Jolly steps in. Clark with it, and we'll call timeout. So St. Edwards will keep possession.
Excellent hustle by Clark underneath. Sprawled out on her belly, was able to get the timeout call.
Hilltoppers look to get it within single figures when we return.
Cheer for the stumbles. The he shoulda had that's. And the tears that linger. For in those moments, greatness lies. There, you will find the provoked, the determined, the unified. It's in those moments that champions are born.
The academics at LCU, they're very strenuous, but they're worthwhile.
I would honestly say that the academics are top-notch. Being in small classrooms and getting to have those personal relationships with your professors really enhances the academic environment and academic experience. It's very easy to learn when you have professors who genuinely know you and genuinely care about your growth intellectually.
Believe, belong, be blue at Lubbock Christian University.
If you're the band Europe, you love a final countdown. It's what you do. If you want to save 15% or more on car insurance, you switch to Geico. It's what you do.
I grew up in Fort Smith, but never knew how great UAFS is until the first time I stepped on campus. I never felt intimidated because everyone was always so welcoming and helpful, and we know we're all going through this experience together. The level of investment that we get as students is especially comforting and inspiring. The music faculty helped me not only expand my abilities, but also discover my passion for conducting. My name is Chris, I'm a music education major, and UAFS gave me the confidence to follow my dreams.
St. Edwards within 11 with the basketball early on in the third quarter. David Salzman, Sean Tiemann, and Drew Brent with you. I'm sure we have fans from the Lone Star Conference and the RMAC watching, hoping Lubbock Christian wins, because St. Edwards would be what they call a bid thief. They have to win this game to make the NCAA tournament, while Lubbock Christian for certain will get an at-large berth and probably will host the South Central region or regional, regardless of what happens here this afternoon.
Yeah, looking to steal the bid. I like it. That's what March Madness is all about, right?
Almost a bid thief in the RMAC, the Rocky Mountain Conference. Fort Lewis, the 8th seed, made it to the final, but Colorado State Pueblo knocked them off to win the tournament title. By the way, this Lubbock Christian team beat Colorado Pueblo by 25 in the season opener. That's how good they are. Abby Hopper, the 3, and here come the Hilltoppers again within 8.
Yeah, need timely threes to jump back in it.
Bruffy working on Clark, and with the left hand finishes.
How deep did she catch that ball? And that was right in her sweet spot, wheelhouse for Bruffy, and she lays it in.
Looks like they call the Hopper shot a 2, so the lead back to 11 for Lubbock Christian. Eight on the shot clock. Now Barnes may have to rush. Rather good ball movement for Hopper. Lubbock Christian basketball. Steve Gomez looking to see his Lubbock Christian team win the Heartland Conference tournament title for the first time. Of course, this is the first time they've been eligible for the Heartland Conference tournament. You mentioned Sean, 20-0 2 seasons ago, won the regular season title and tied for the title last year at 15-3. Hampton gets by Jolly, around the rim and in to an foul.
Go around the carousel a couple of times. Nicole Hampton showing her wares off the dribble penetration.
So many of her points come late in a possession. I think she'd rather pass the ball around, get her teammates involved. She's easily the team leader in assists, but when the Lady Chaps have needed points from her, she has provided 12 points on 5 of 6 shooting.
Oh, it's so slick around the rim, Nicole Hampton. And then when she lulls you to sleep in that avenue, can step out on you and knock down a 3.
For all the fight the Hilltoppers have had, this is their biggest deficit. Kayla Goebel finds Clark, and she'll go to the line. Zabot picks up her second. Every player you're seeing for St. Edwards will be back next season. And regardless of the result here today, what an experience for this team. A lot of players have to visualize what it's like to be here. This is reality, obviously, for the St. Edwards team. They can visualize how to try to get back here next year.
Yeah, and with whatever she adds recruiting-wise, this team, bright future for 2016-17.
Zabot Around the rim and out, but a foul on the floor, maybe on Hopper, and it is.
I thought Hopper had a good box out there, but apparently too much contact with Bruffy.
That's her 4th personal foul, and JJ Reel will send in Haley Jolly for her. I can imagine these two teams will be picked 1-2 in the preseason next year with all the experience coming back. For St. Edwards, they'd be picked 2nd, and Lubbock Christian, of course, they're losing players like Nicole Hampton, Kelsey Hopple, Haley Fowler, but they may be expected not just to win it, maybe go undefeated again. They are that good. Scrum on the floor, and jump ball, it'll go to Lubbock Christian. Haley Fowler, 10.6 boards to Hopple with 10 first quarter points. Now with 8 to shoot, Hampton may look to score. They set a double screen for her. Bruffy gets by Jolly, and with 1 to shoot, the shot falls.
Just a soft touch off that glass coming in at an angle. Dropped it low off the window, and it hit the rim and fell in.
Bruffy, the 4th Lady Chaparral in double figures, now with 11. She had 20 yesterday in the win over St. Mary's. They collapse on Clark. Fothery. Because of the Lady Chaparral defense, they'd rather give up those mid-range jumpers, and that shot won't count, but Barnes will pick up the foul. That's her 3rd.
You start to notice as this 3rd quarter wears on, defense after missed shots for St. Ed's not dropping back as fast as they did in the first half, and Hopple able to blast past defenders. And that transition opportunity for Lubbock Christian.
St. Edwards has gone 7 deep every game here, in their 3rd game in 4 days. Lubbock Christian and NAIA power for so long as Fowler's off the mark. National finalist in 2006, what they call the Fab Four, making it to the semifinals in 2012 and the Elite Eight in 2008, 2011, 2016. Making the transition to Division II and the NCAA just seems so seamless. 17 to shoot after the kickball.
Yeah, it was pretty impressive to watch what they did that first time around in the Heartland Conference to go 20-0, and that team was not nearly as good as this version of Lubbock Christian, but the likes of Hopple and Hampton were a part of that.
We could do our best to be bracketologists. Colorado State Pueblo, the 3rd-ranked team of the South Central region, but they won the RMAC. Number 2, West Texas A&M fell to Angelo State in double overtime in the Lone Star final yesterday. And West Texas A&M number 2, maybe they'll be the 3rd seed. Hampton pulls up, 15 for her. Lubbock Christian up 17 now, midway through the 3rd.
Well, more than a bracketologist, I'm a little more comfortable being a political analyst. I'll just tell you what I watched with my eyes. Had the chance this morning to rise up out of bed, watch the McLaughlin group on PBS. And I'm telling you, this team, just watching them in person, will give you all you need to know. The Ambo to pick them as the best team in the country in Division II women's basketball.
I don't think given in the SNL skit, they'd say you're wrong. Heist to put them up 20, no. Clark bumps Bruffy on the pass inside. That's just Keontae Clark's first.
It was interesting because a few weeks ago, there are 2 polls at the Division II level. There's a media poll and also a coaches poll. They were up to number 1 in both, and then one of those polls dropped him out. Steve Gomez, for whatever reason, had to do a little politicking, and then the next week, they were back at number 1 in both polls.
No politicking on the floor. Lubbock Christian may be on their way to 29-0, 17-point edge.
Sportsmanship is defined as the conduct and attitude of participants in sports, especially when considered commendable as in fair play, courtesy, and grace in winning or losing.
Sportsmanship is a key value found within St. Edwards University Athletic.
How do you play?
Fairness,
Honesty.
respect. Playing sports gives us
Character.
Friendship.
Strength. Respect the players.
Respect the coaches.
Respect the officials.
respect the game.
We are.
We are.
We are.
We are St. Edwards University.
We respect the game. It's not whether you win or lose, it's how you play the game.
When you meet a St. Mary's graduate, when you meet anybody that has any sort of involvement with St. Mary's, you'll see that they're all good people. In fact, they're great people that care about the community, that care about what they do on a daily basis. And I'm proud to have had the opportunity to attend a university that cares so much about community, about students, and really does give back in a way that can't be matched around the nation.
Lubbock Christian bench looking on as the Lady Chaparrals have pushed their lead to 17, 50 to 33. St. Ed had it within 6 on 2 occasions in the second quarter. Trailed by 13 at the break, and now again down 17. Lubbock Christian 4 of 8 from the floor in the third quarter. St. Edwards 2 of 7. Now a report from Drew.
Guys, you mentioned the McLaughlin group earlier. Well, I can tell you it's nothing like that over here on the Lubbock Christian bench. They've not panicked. They stayed very meticulous. In fact, talking about that inside shot, exactly. You know, wanting to make sure that they're pacing themselves, making sure that they're doing all of the right things that got them here. And Coach Steve Gomez just preaching fundamentals, and it's paid off in this second half.
Thanks so much, Drew. You know, no disrespect to St. Ed's or anyone. When Lubbock Christian's at their best, there's just not a team that can match them in the Heartland. Perhaps in the nation. We'll find out over the next couple of weeks as the NCAA tournament will begin a week from now.
Well, that's going to be fun to follow, whether on live stats or any broadcast mediums that you can find. Lubbock Christian does have local radio, so they shoot a corner 3 and miss. We'll stay on this end with the whistle, but follow this team to see if anyone can play within, let's say, 16.
When the pressure's ratcheted up, you never know, right? That's why they call it March Madness. But no doubt Lubbock Christian will be the favorite to win that South Central region. The Elite Eight in Sioux Falls, South Dakota on the women's side.
At, is it called the Pentagon?
Yes. Tess Bruffy at the line. And certainly a storyline will be, will Lubbock Christian and West Texas A&M be able to meet in that tournament? West Texas has just been a hotbed for girls and women's college hoops for so long. West Texas A&M, a power in Division II for years and years, and here's Lubbock Christian joining them as a power. Abilene Christian now in the Southland Conference in Division I from West Texas. They won the outright Southland Conference regular season title yesterday, and they're not eligible for the NCAA tournament because of their transition from D2. The St. Edwards team again, all their major players back next season, beginning to really get away from them now. 20-point deficit, Lubbock Christian with the basketball.
Be interesting to see how much emotion is infused into that regional, which Lubbock Christian likely to host West Texas A&M to be the 2 seed, because a lot of the players played against each other in high school. How much will it, in terms of the emotions of that, become a little nasty? That always adds to the flavor of March basketball, too, when you have some rivalries.
Hampton with 17. Be remiss if we didn't mention Angelo State, who's beaten West Texas A&M 3 times. They'll be in that regional in Lubbock. So definitely a West Texas flair there. Here comes Hampton. One thing Lubbock Christian does, they will not let up. Even as they extend this lead, beautiful ball movement, Fowler finishes, and the lead is 24.
Bruffy passing out of a double team right over the top because of the length at 6'4". That was beautiful.
16-5 this quarter for the top-ranked team in the nation, showing why here in Tulsa. Hill. One and done for St. Edwards.
She had to pull up a little shorter than what she wanted, I think, because Hampton had fallen down in front of her.
Bailey Heist. Strong rebound from Hill. She's really stepped up her game here in Tulsa. Really struggled from the floor in the regular season. Came up huge Thursday in the win over A&M International with 14. They double Goebel. And Lubbock Christian with the steal. And Bruffy all the way to the rim, doesn't finish, but Hampton the follow.
Turn a lot of negatives into positives, don't they? Right there with the energy on the offensive rebound from Fowler. Bruffy thought she had a clear path, and now a timeout taken by St. Edwards. All Lubbock Christian here in Tulsa.
And a tremendous contingent in blue and white behind us, cheering on these Lady Chaparrals. Number 1 in the nation, enrolling in the title game.
Celebrate the soggy shoes and the slow starts. Celebrate the lessons learned along the way. These are the wins. Not the shiny, nail-biting kind. These are the last a lifetime kind.
Seems like a while ago now, but Sean, at the 2:58 mark of the second quarter, Abby Hopper, a three-pointer for St. Ed's, put the Hilltoppers within 6 at 32-26. But since then, 27-7. Lubbock Christian, and now up 26. The Cinderella stories here in Tulsa and St. Edwards, the 6th seed beating 3 and 2 to get to this title game. Hill off the mark, Barnes the board. Hannah Harbin now in for the Lady Chaparrals, wearing number 15. And it'll be Nicole Hampton. Call for the foul, that's her third.
Lubbock Christian foul, Nicole Hampton, third, personal third quarter, team foul.
Heartland Conference has done a great job with this tournament. This format is exactly like the NCAA regionals are, as Barnes hits the three. Of course, 8 teams. Each team gets 25 minutes to shoot around in the morning. Format exactly the same to help teams like Lubbock Christian prepare for the NCAA tournament next week. And on the men's side, they could get 3 in. Blair Taylor off the mark.
Well, that would be a coup this season for the Heartland on the men's side to have 3 reach the NCAA tournament.
Harbin forced the Barnes miss, and here comes Fowler. All the way to the rim. Father with a good D. And a foul on Taylor. Well, there are no bid thieves on the men's side, as Midwestern State winning the Lone Star Conference tournament title. Many expect they will host the South Central region in Wichita Falls, Texas next week. Fort Lewis winning the men's crown. And then 2 of the teams that came in with at-large hopes, Dallas Baptist and Fort Smith, will be in our men's title game coming up. Lubbock Christian losing in the first round, ranked 6th in the region coming in, but I don't know if anyone will be able to overtake them. And who will overtake this Lubbock Christian squad? Just 2 seconds remaining in the quarter. Haley Fowler scores.
And another fast break opportunity, and all of a sudden the Lady Chaps smelling blood here as they roll to the rack again. And you see the tempo picked up here in this third quarter, especially in the last 5 or 6 minutes for Lubbock Christian. As I said earlier, you blink, look back up at the scoreboard, you're down 30. That's what it's headed for.
Haley Fowler, 17 points, 8 rebounds. Nicole Hampton, 19 points, 11 boards. St. Edwards hung in there for quite a while, but Lubbock Christian stepping on the gas. Too much, not just for St. Edwards, but anyone in the Heartland.
You are a collection of moments, ambition, lessons, and ideas. Learning isn't buildings or borders, It goes beyond the classroom to places you never imagined. What you do with it makes all the difference in the world. Discover a more dynamic you, a more employable you. Discover the international you at Texas A&M International University.
Cheer for the stumbles. The he shoulda had that's. And the tears that linger. For in those moments, greatness lies. There, you will find the provoked, the determined, the unified. It's in those moments that champions are born.
The first step to discovering the world starts by discovering who you are and who God created you to be. You have the potential to change the world by learning how to serve the world. We can show you how. Dallas Baptist University, developing servant leaders, transforming lives.
Celebrate the soggy shoes and the slow starts. Celebrate the lessons learned along the way. These are the wins. Not the shiny nail-biting kind. These are the last a lifetime kind.
Steve Gomez looking on as Lubbock Christian Lady Chaparrals, unless St. Edwards can pull off something no team has done all season long. They're on their way to a Heartland Conference tournament crown after an undefeated run through the regular season. #1 in the nation, they'll be 29-0 and headed back home. Of course, one would think for the South Central Regional in the NCAA tournament next week. Glad you're with us. David Salzman, Sean Tiemann, Drew Brent, our first of two on Championship Sunday at the Heartland Conference Basketball Championship. Good one coming up. 3rd seed Dallas Baptist, top seed Arkansas Fort Smith to come to determine who will get the automatic bid to the NCAA tournament on the men's side. Allie Harris in for the Lady Chaps, junior from Argyle, Texas. Keani Clark feeds Fothery. Can't get the roll. Oh, good effort, Fothery. That's what you want to see in a game like this. Bailey Hill hits the 3 to get him within 23.
Hustling, diving after loose balls, pushed it back out to the wing for the 3.
Zabo on Clark, yes. Dribble penetration getting a little easier for Lubbock Christian as this game's gone along. The St. Edwards team 7 deep, 3rd game in 4 days. Keani Clark will go to the line. I'm sure what J.J. Reel told her team during that timeout is just finish this as strong as you can. Not let it really get away from you like it did in the team's meeting back in Austin in February, where it was even more one-sided, much more than this. J.J. Reel says that, and she told us this before the tournament started, so before the Cinderella run to the title game, it's the most fun I've had coaching kids. Facing so much adversity and hurdles, yet they've come together. I think we mentioned already today in December when she kicked 2 players off the team. She never thought she'd even make this tournament as a 6th seed. Improved enough to get to the 6th seed and then knocking off 3 and 2 to take part here in Championship Sunday this afternoon. Hampton gets by Barnes. Oh, kept her dribble. Did everything but finish.
She normally doesn't miss those easy shots in close like that.
Hill again. Lubbock Christian doing this the last 2 games without the Defensive Player of the Year in the Heartland and Kellen Schneider. Not sure whether she'll be okay enough to play next week. She is here in her gym clothes with her injured ankle on a chair as Fothery gets 2 more. And there she is there watching on, a smile on her face. Watching your teammates. Looks like they'll be able to hoist up the trophy when we're done here.
Fothery undoubtedly will be named to the all-tournament team. Double figures all 3 games.
Oh, well, how about that? Off the back iron, off the glass and in for Allie Harris.
As if they need more help.
Clark thought Hill would be in the corner, a turnover. Hampton comes off. Heartland Conference Player of the Year, 19 points on 8 of 10 shooting today, 12 rebounds. Her second double-double in Tulsa. Shitzy muscles her way around Clark.
Not much give there. The defense right now for St. Edwards sagging back, and feet aren't moving as fast as did in the first half. Right now just trying to play it out, finish it like you said. Strong for their head coach, J.J. Reel.
I think you alluded to this. We knew in this tournament and perhaps next week, even in the NCAA regionals, Lubbock Christian were to lose, it's going to have to be somewhat self-inflicted. Just don't know who can beat this team at their best. Now, they're one of 2 undefeated teams in the nation, Limestone College the other, but in the regional, Lubbock Christian plays their best. Be stunned if they don't get to Sioux Falls, South Dakota for the Elite 8.
Very poised, disciplined team. They don't turn it over much. Shot selection is usually spot on. They have what it takes to make a deep run.
Taylor will get to it first. Harris lost control, and it's St. Edwards basketball. And Keanu Clark takes a well-deserved breather. Fothery checks in. Allie Harris comes out. And now, Steve Gomez starting to get deeper into his bench. Claire Bruffy, Tessa's sister, checks in, junior from Lubbock. Claire's thinking, this isn't fair. I'm 5'9", my sister got to be 6'4". Fothery to the line.
How does that happen? Both should be over. 6'2", 6'3", right?
If life was fair, yes. Fans will be announcing the Heartland Conference All-Tournament team and tournament MVP following this one. You'll be able to see Lubbock Christian hoist up the tournament trophy. And they'll take back to Lubbock today and then get ready for the NCAAs. 1 of 2 for Fothery. She's been in double figures all 3 games in Tulsa. They didn't know earlier this season whether she'd be able to come back. She missed 10 games due to injury as Hoppel throws it away. You hear Lexi Fothery is, I think you mentioned, can't disagree with you. Very likely will be named to that all-tournament team when we're all said and done here.
I don't have a vote, but should be on it.
Fothery off the mark. Hoppel, 10 points in the first quarter, paced Lubbock Christian, scoreless since, picked up by Barnes. Good anticipation there. As St. Edwards knocks it out of bounds. 18 on the shot clock.
The pass by Hoppel just then was awfully impressive from the far corner. Kind of scooped it on a line drive to the opposite corner.
Taylor for 3. Her first points of the day. First toughest it's been on St. Edwards now, as Hill misfires on the 3. It's the most points scored against Lubbock Christian here in Tulsa. 44 with 5 minutes left.
Yeah, for what it's worth, conference play only had 3 times where they gave up slightly more than 60.
You know what's most impressive about this Lubbock Christian team? It doesn't matter how one-sided the game becomes. They never lose their game face or their intensity.
Oh, it's amazing.
Barnes for 2. Barnes with 11. Transfer from Snook, Texas. Played JUCO at Brenham. Snook, Texas, just outside College Station. But he got to look hard for it.
Just to the south.
Father going after it, has the steal. She'll work on Heist, and short. And Jolly got too close to Chitsey. Haley Jolly picks up her 3rd. It's just the first foul of the quarter on St. Edwards. Coming into Tulsa, only 4 Lubbock Christian players had ever been to a conference tournament. Couldn't tell these last 4 days. Lubbock Christian on their way to a tournament crown.
We are here today in the Rip Griffin Center at the men's and women's basketball games, and we presented a wish to Angel Martinez. We brought him in as our guest. Throughout the whole game, we would have little contests and things that he would win. Our first surprise was to do a name drawing, and then he got a signed basketball from our basketball players. Our second surprise for Angel was he got to go on the court and drive a remote control car into each Star Wars figure, and every one that he hit, he got a prize. And then his final surprise was a fake costume contest, which it was actually his wish reveal that we got to grant him.
So everybody thinks this is a costume contest, but it actually isn't. We're actually here for someone much more special to us. So that special someone is Angel Martinez. You're going to Legoland!
The best part about this is that all of the athletes and a lot of the community here at LSU get to come together and work really hard to raise this money just so that we can make someone's day extremely special.
Hilltoppers just 6 of 25 from the floor this half. Lubbock Christian 13 of 24. Let's go to Drew Brent.
Guys, you have mentioned throughout this entire broadcast about how J.J. Real has really focused on the us, not them mentality. And in this last timeout, she re-emphasized that, saying to her players, look, we can do this. We are not going out this way. We are going to continue to fight for the next 4 minutes, give it everything you've got. And over on this sideline, it's still relatively emphatic. There's still a bit of positivity here. These folks have not lost their game faces despite the outcome of this game, guys.
J.J. Real is the #1 all-time leader in career three-point field goal percentage at St. Edge. Middle living there as a player, 3-year starter, by the way, and a 2-year captain, 10 years an assistant, and now her 4th full season as head coach. And her players have rallied behind her and her staff, that's for sure, as this season's gone along. Down the stretch here, under 4. Chitsey off the mark from the elbow. St. Edwards was 38% shooting in the first half. Still trailed by 13 at the break, and Lubbock Christian's defense stepping up as this game's gone along. Barnes. 2 more for Shakira Barnes, who has 13.
That's right in her wheelhouse right there. Sweet spot jumper for Shakira Barnes. Had some of those in the first half when it was a much closer ball game.
Whole bench got up at that one, looking to finish out strong here for the last 3:18. Claire Bruffy on the scoreboard with the 3.
If you're the 11th or 12th player on this roster, you better be ready.
Can you imagine the experience also going up and practice against your teammates each and every day? 75-48 the score. Caitlin Buttram, sophomore from Georgetown, Texas, just north of Austin, on the floor for Lubbock Christian. As Claire Bruffy gets the board off the Fothery miss. Lexi Fothery, 12.6 boards today. Chutzy moves in on Clark. Olivia Robertson has to chase that down. Freshman from Kerrville, Texas. 6 now to shoot. Clark the block of Chutzy. Barnes finds Hopper, who got whacked on the face by Robertson.
Nice drop off by Barnes, one of her better passes today. She's racking up quite the number of assists and may have a chance, I think, as well to receive some post-tournament accolades.
Yeah, look at the stat sheet, and per usual for Lubbock Christian, they're right around 50% shooting. St. Edwards at 33%. Lubbock Christian hasn't been great from beyond the arc this tournament, and they're 5 of 19 today. That's just their defense. St. Edwards 4 of 19. And maybe the most interesting stat, turnovers fairly even, 9-8, 9 turnovers for St. Edwards, but points off turnovers favor Lubbock Christian, 18-3. Amazingly opportunistic.
Yeah, make you pay for all of your mistakes.
And Chutzy throws it right into the hands of Barnes. Right by Claire Bruffy, off the mark. No foul on the contact, but still St. Edwards basketball. 1:45 left, first of 2 here on Championship Sunday. You want to see an up and down game for 40 minutes? We should have it. Coming up next, Dallas Baptist, Arkansas, Fort Smith for the men's tournament crown. Hopper will go to the line. Chutzy picks up her 4th. Abby Hopper from Lubbock. Certainly familiar with so many of these Lubbock Christian players. One more coming. We talked to JJ Reel before the tournament. So how hard is it getting someone from West Texas to come even to Austin? She says, quite hard. So many people, of course, want to stay in the area where it's such a hotbed for girls and women's basketball. Abby Hopper saying, I'll make the 6-hour drive to Austin, make it my home for 4 years.
Well, Austin has everything to offer.
St. Edwards is in a great location. It's just south of downtown Austin. And you don't have to pay Austin real estate prices. All tournament team to come. Plenty of Lady Chaparrals will be on that team for sure. Here comes Keani Clark. Chutzy the board off the Clark miss. And then Chutzy throws it away. So teams in the RMAC and the Lone Star can breathe a sigh of relief. No bid thieves in the South Central region, women or men. So teams like Regis or Colorado Springs, maybe Texas Women's as well, sweating it out a little bit. We'll see who makes the NCAA tournament. Arkansas Fort Smith ranked 10th in the region coming into this one. Well, their loss to St. Edwards might have doomed their hopes. Colorado Springs ranked 9th, Regis ranked 8th. One of those two teams may not make it. This is a nice move by JJ Reel. She'll bring in her lone senior and Tediday for the final 42 seconds. Just methodical, slowly but surely the lead increased, and then in the third, Lubbock Christian put it in 5th gear, outscoring St. Edwards 21-8. We wondered if anyone could stay close to them, Sean, and Lubbock Christian proving that to be an emphatic no answer. They'll win all 3 of their games here by over 20 points as the shot clock expires. And that will make it 25 of 29 wins for Lubbock Christian by 20 points or more.
Well, St. Ed's, if they score here, final 10 seconds, chance to be the first team 50 or more.
And Tenede has the three. And a huge smile on her face. Look, they'll celebrate. They love it that their senior was able to get on the floor for that moment.
And then high-fiving as she ran by the bench, including head coach J.J. Reel.
That's what a team's all about, huh? And the camaraderie that these players grow within each other as the season goes along. But this day and this week, belonging to the #1 team in the nation, Lubbock Christian, the Lady Chaparrals, Heartland Conference Tournament champions. 75-52 is the final over St. Edwards. What a run for the Hilltoppers. One game away from wearing the glass slipper. They end their season 12-17, but every one of J.J. Reel's 7-player rotation will be back next season. And for Lubbock Christian, good luck to them, and hope it is a tremendous next couple of weeks as they will all but certainly host the South Central Regionals next week at the NCAA tournament. But this moment for Lubbock Christian, conference champs, 75-52 the win.
Yeah, very impressive for Lubbock Christian and head coach Steve Gomez. They've been waiting for this for quite a long time, since their days in the Sooner Athletic Conference and the NAIA, when they routinely would make tournament championship appearances and then make deep runs in the NAIA and national women's tournaments. They know what that's like, going to Elite 8, Fab 4. But Steve Gomez has built a basketball factory in Lubbock Christian, now at the Division II level. Of course, you have Texas Tech there in Lubbock, but this is really impressive what he has built for Lubbock Christian. Such a tiny campus, close-knit community there. The Chaps, Lubbock Christian women's basketball has been on the map for a while. It's just now on a different map.
Just a seamless transition to Division II. They're about to announce the all-tournament team on the women's side. Certain that there'll be a number of Lubbock Christian Lady Chaparrals on that list. Time now for the all-tournament team. Jasmine Brainerd from Arkansas Fort Smith.
Had a real good tournament. Fort Smith co-regular season champs a year ago. And in Lewis Horton's 30th and final year at Arkansas Fort Smith, he's retiring. Jazz Brainerd, real good performer last couple of years for the Lady Lions.
Lexi Fothery makes it from St. Edwards. And Jasmine Brainerd here because the Fort Smith women's still in town to cheer on the men next.
Not that far from Tulsa either. We're going to have some fans for this next game. The women's just concluded. Men's championship will tip off at about 3:30. It's the scheduled time anyway.
Keontae Clark, 37 rebounds in the 3 games for St. Ed's. And here come the Lady Chaparrals. Tess Brophy to start. And Haley Fowler. And one more of the MVP, and it will not be a hard guess. Nicole Hampton, Player of the Year in the Heartland, is the MVP of the Heartland Conference Tournament.
And with her teammate Kelsey Hopple sat out last year, a redshirt season, so they could be a part of this special atmosphere here at the UMAC in Tulsa. There's some players on other teams, Oklahoma Christian and Rogers State, that had to wait that probationary period as well, make a decision, well, should we sit out a year or should we just finish our career? J.C. Hartzler was the men's conference player of the year in the regular season for RSU. They were thinking maybe they should try that with him. Coaching staff got together, they decided they didn't want to do that, but these two players, along with their very unselfish teammates, decided to do that. Now they're a part of a team that may go on to win a national championship.
First, applause for the St. Edwards Hilltoppers. Very few expected to get to this title game. They came in 10-16. They finish runners-up of the Heartland Conference Tournament. And in just a moment, Lubbock Christian will receive what so many of us expected to see here on the Sunday afternoon. They will be the team to hoist up the Heartland Conference Tournament trophy. Our Commissioner Tony Stigliano at center court, about to present that to Lubbock Christian. First, St. Edwards is going to come to center court and be honored as the runners-up.
Great job by the Hilltoppers this weekend.
St. Edwards, 30% shooting, 20 of 66. They were 5 of 20 from beyond the arc, 7 of 13 from the line. Lubbock Christian, 30 of 63. 48%, 5 of 19 from long range, 10 of 12 from the line. Well-deserved picture. Well, St. Edwards, they wanted to hoist the hardware themselves, but a lot of smiles on those young ladies' faces, and what an accomplishment. Teddy looks relaxed. What an accomplishment for that young group.
Well, prior to this year, 6 seed didn't exist in the Heartland Conference postseason tournament.
And now Commissioner Stigliano will grab the championship trophy to hand over.
Now Tony Stigliano has the trophy and will give it to that group of young ladies. Lubbock Christian, the tournament champs. .48% shooting. They out-rebound St. Edwards by 9. Nicole Hampton, 2 double-doubles here in Tulsa, including today, 19 points, 12 boards. One of 4 Lady Chaparral players in double figures. Haley Fowler, 17 points, 9 rebounds. Tess Bruffy, 12 points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists. Kelsey Hopple with 10. Allison Sabot, just 6 points for her, but a solid tournament for her as well. They don't mind holding up that trophy, but they have other hardware in mind as well. And as we'll know in a couple of weeks, who takes home the national championship. Friday, Saturday, Monday is the format. Our understanding for the NCAA tournament next week. And again, it'll be Lubbock Christian almost certain to host as the #1 seed and likely the only Heartland Conference team to get there. Now the coaching staff will join. And we will hear from Lubbock Christian head coach Steve Gomez in just a minute. We also plan on carrying the St. Edwards post-game press conference, so we hope you stay with us for that. Before we get the men's game started, Dallas Baptist and Arkansas Fort Smith. Sean, they have the ladders out. Even though we have another game, they will allow Lubbock Christian to cut down one of the nets before warm-up start for the men's contest here in Tulsa.
Well, I'm quite sure, based on knowing some of the folks involved here at the UMAC with Union High School Athletics, that they have another net stashed away somewhere to replace the one Lubbock Christian will cut down and wrap around that plaque and hardware that they raise up at center court. And the fans behind us made the trek, most of them from West Texas to the South Plains in Texas, to celebrate with their players who started this year with an exhibition contest at Division I Superpower, the only superpower in women's basketball, the UConn Huskies. And Gino Ariema had some great comments in the postgame after they just drubbed Lubbock Christian by almost 60 or so about how good this team is and how good they'll be in the future under Steve Gomez.
You know, and Steve Gomez says that that experience helped them so much that they obviously knew they wouldn't face a team even close to the quality of UConn, and taking that experience and what it's like to go all the way up to Hartford and take on the best program in women's college basketball for so many years now. And they haven't lost since. 29-0 now, Lubbock Christian, as they'll head to the NCAA tournament next week. Tess Bruffy, just a sophomore. Who's going to go first as they get ready to cut the nets here in Tulsa? Again, our men's game to come at approximately 3:30. The 3rd seed, Dallas Baptist. The top seed, Arkansas Fort Smith. Both had to survive hard charges from their opponents yesterday. In fact, what a game it was for Arkansas Fort Smith, outlasting St. Edwards in overtime, 82-79. Newman had it within 2 late against Dallas Baptist before the Patriots pulled away. Olivia Robertson starts, and I guess the question is now, who takes the last cut? Well, maybe it'll be the head coach.
Who helps Kellen Schneider up the ladder? She's such a big part of what they've done this year and last season after transferring from Texas Tech, but she's on crutches and has her left ankle heavily wrapped up. Hope she gets a chance.
And again, fans, we will hear from the head coach of Lubbock Christian, Steve Gomez, in just a couple of minutes. So Lubbock Christian again, a 75-52 victory over St. Edwards. 46 points in the paint for Lubbock Christian. And again, they did it all with that Kellen Schneider, their 6'5" senior, who's out with an ankle injury. She did play Thursday, but missed these last 2 games. Hopefully she'll be on the floor for their NCAA appearance next week at home in Lubbock. But they didn't need her, just too strong, the rest of her teammates, against this Heartland Conference field, as Lubbock Christian, their 23-point win over St. Edwards, 2 more over their 21-point victory yesterday over St. Mary's, 63-42. And they got it started on Thursday in easy fashion over Texas Permian Basin by a score of 79-33.
And I would say an easy choice for MVP as well on the women's side with Nicole Hampton. 2 of the games, 2 of the 3 double-doubles for your point guard.
That's the thing, she's their point guard, but she leads them in points, rebounds, assists, steals, an amazing almost 4-to-1 assist-to-turnover ratio. And so it just does a little bit or sometimes a lot of everything, and makes her teammates so comfortable as they take turns cutting the net here, and they'll take that home to Lubbock. First ever tournament championship crown on the NCAA level for Lubbock Christian. So many times, of course, the Lady Chaparrals doing that at the NAIA level. Certain contenders to win it all, as they will be the #1 ranked team in the nation heading into the NCAA tournament next week. And that should be a fun atmosphere, as again, other teams from West Texas, such as West Texas A&M and Angelo State, expected to be in that South Central Regional as well.
And the folks who work at Lubbock Christian preparing for a very long week. They're hosting the National Junior College tournament, leading right into the regional with Lubbock Christian hosting on the women's side. So they're in for a lot of basketball in Lubbock, Texas at the Rip Griffin Center, AKA the Rip.
Drew Brent has Steve Gomez.
All right, thanks guys so much. Coach Gomez, an improbable run through the regular season and now a perfection record through the tournament. Just tell me kind of what you're feeling right now.
Well, you know, I'm just feeling like we just won another game. I'm not over exhilarated, but we've got a lot of goals for the year, and they've gone 1-0 a bunch of times. You know, our girls each game have just showed up to play. I'm just feeling sort of relief, and in a way I'm feeling anticipation to get back to Lubbock. We've been gone a while, so a good week, a great tournament. They did a super job here. I appreciate all the people that put it together. Good games, good teams, and so hope we can keep this momentum into next weekend.
A couple of players that just stood out to you, Coach, over the course of this tournament.
Well, I mean, Nicole Hampton just always does so much for us, every statistical category, but every non-statted thing, like just encouragement and leadership and thinking and serving her teammates off the court. And then, you know, Tess Bruffy with Kellen Schneider being out the last couple games, you know, Tess did a great job as a sophomore in a postseason. Kelsey Hopple, Haley Fowler, we just have a lot of kids that do a lot. So we rarely have one player stand out too much. We just have a lot of team players.
I know it's not okay to ever look ahead, but you're hoisting one trophy today. A couple of weeks from now, it could be hoisting another one. Is it hard to look ahead to something like that?
Well, I mean, hopefully the key to our team is maturity of just doing what's right with us right now. So we're going to enjoy cutting this net down, but tonight we'll find out who we play on Thursday, and so that'll be the next thing we've got to do. And so we're not looking too many weeks in the future. We're just sort of looking into this week, practicing on Tuesday and getting ready for Thursday. And they've just been mature about those things, not looking back, not looking forward.
Coach, go be with your team. Congratulations on a big win. Guys, back to you.
All right, thanks so much, Drew, and congratulations to Steve Gomez and his Lubbock Christian Lady Chaparrals. 75-52 the victory for Lubbock Christian over St. Edwards. And not unexpectedly, the Lady Chaps Heartland Conference Tournament champions. They'll head to the NCAAs with a record of 29-0. This is our first of 2 on Championship Sunday. And coming up at right around 3:30, it'll be the men's title game between the 3rd seed Dallas Baptist and the top seed in Arkansas, Fort Smith. Also in just a few minutes, we will be carrying the press conference with J.J. Reel and her St. Edwards Hilltoppers. A valiant effort by them, and very few expected them to get this far. The 6th seed from Austin making it to the title game, but too much Lubbock Christian with the 75-52 victory. For Sean Tiemann, Drew Brent, and our entire JBM crew, I'm David Salzman saying so long from the UMAC in Tulsa. Stay tuned for the St. Edwards press conference, and then we'll have the men's championship here at the UMAC.
getting a lot for my money here at LCU.
The value of coming to LCU is priceless. I mean, you get to work around professionals who love you dearly, who love what they're doing, and to put those two together, you can't put a price on it.
I think the most valuable thing about LCU is that I'm receiving an excellent education, but I'm also being spiritually guided through that education.
If a student is on the fence about coming to LCU, this place is one that will change your life forever.
Believe, belong, be blue at Lubbock Christian University.
Cheer for the stumbles, the he shoulda had that's, and the tears that linger. For in those moments, greatness lies. There, you will find the provoked, the determined, the unified. It's in those moments that champions are born.
If you're the band Europe, you love a final countdown. It's what you do. If you want to save 15% or more on car insurance, you switch to Geico. It's what you do.
I grew up in Fort Smith, but never knew how great UAFS is until the first time I stepped on campus. I never felt intimidated because everyone was always so welcoming and helpful, and we know we're all going through this experience together. The level of investment that we get as students is especially comforting and inspiring. The music faculty helped me not only expand my abilities, but also discover my passion for conducting. My name is Chris, I'm a music education major, and UAFS gave me the confidence to follow my dreams.
The academics at LCU, they're very strenuous, but they're worthwhile.
I would honestly say that the academics are top-notch. Being in small classrooms and getting to have those personal relationships with your professors really enhances the academic environment and academic experience. It's very easy to learn when you have professors who genuinely know you and genuinely care about your growth intellectually.
Believe, belong, be blue at Lubbock Christian University.
When you meet a St. Mary's graduate, when you meet anybody that has any sort of involvement with St. Mary's, you'll see that they're all good people. In fact, they're great people that care about the community, that care about what they do on a daily basis. And I'm proud to have had the opportunity to attend a university that cares so much about community, about students, and really does give back in a way that can't be matched around the nation.
We are here today in the Rip Griffin Center at the men's and women's basketball games, and we presented a wish to Angel Martinez. We brought him in as our guest. Throughout the whole game, we would have little contests and things that he would win. Our first surprise was to do a name drawing, and then he got a signed basketball from our basketball players. Our second surprise for Angel was he got to go on the court and drive a remote control car into each Star Wars figure, and every one that he hit, he got a prize. And then his final surprise was a fake costume contest, which it was actually his wish reveal that we got to grant him.
So everybody thinks this is a costume contest, but it actually isn't. We're actually here for someone much more special to us. So that special someone is Angel Martinez. You're going to Legoland!
The best part about this is that all of the athletes and a lot of the community here at LSU get to come together and work really hard to raise this money just so that we can make someone's day extremely special.
The first step to discovering the world starts by discovering who you are and who God created you to be. You have the potential to change the world by learning how to serve the world. We can show you how. Dallas Baptist University, developing servant leaders, transforming lives.
You are a collection of moments ambition, lessons, and ideas. Learning isn't buildings or borders. It goes beyond the classroom to places you never imagined. What you do with it makes all the difference in the world. Discover a more dynamic you, a more employable you. Discover the international you at Texas A&M International University.
Right, we're going to go ahead and get started. We have the St. Edwards Hilltoppers, head coach J.J. Reel. Then we have Keani Clark and Lexi Fothery. Coach, start us off with a couple comments, and we'll get to questions.
Yeah, I mean, I think first, obviously we need to acknowledge Lubbock Christian. They're a great team, and, you know, they just make it incredibly difficult on you. They can score in a number of different ways, and their length and their size. But they're great sportsmen. They're a great representative of the Heartland Conference, and they'll have a shot to go on and do something on the national stage. So they definitely deserve some credit. As far as we go, you know, I thought we did the things that we came into the game thinking we needed to do. We took care of the basketball for the most part. We slowed down the tempo. The first half, the big difference was the second chance points. We were down 13 at halftime, and we had given them 11 second chance points, and that was a huge thing that we had talked about needing to eliminate. And then the second half, you know, we came out of halftime and made a couple of buckets, but they're just so tough to defend and to get stop after stop after stop. And you know, we played them 2.5 weeks ago, and we were in the same situation, and the game escalated rather quickly. And I think you know, the kids did a wonderful job containing the game and not letting it get out of control in the second half. We really wanted to get it under 20, and we made a little push, just couldn't get over the hump. But really proud of our effort and our resolve and our resilience. You know, we play seven people, and to play 3 games in 4 days and play the last one against these guys and be able to, you know, not let it escalate too much in the fourth quarter. I mean, I'm really proud of the kids' effort and how hard they fought and represented us.
Coach, you mentioned before even getting to this point that you had questions about how much your team could overcome what it had to go through early in the year, mainly in December. And then you see the growth, and then you see them get all the way to this title game. So can you just talk about the growth of your team as the season's going along? Oh, man,
It's been unbelievable. I mean, if you saw us in December and you see us now, it's night and day. I think the biggest thing is when you have a group of people that come together and buy into team and decide that they're going to stick together regardless and they're going to work hard. I mean, you can really accomplish anything. We weren't the most athletic. At times we weren't the best shooters. Getting Lexi healthy helped us there. But, you know, we willed ourselves to victory because we had a want that was greater than maybe other people's want, because these guys had a chip on their shoulder to prove that we could be successful with or without the people that weren't on the roster anymore. And I think they did that. You know, our year and how it's defined is not going to be by what our win-loss record is or even this game. It's about so much more, and they really epitomize what's good about college sports. Like I've said that many times. They epitomize what we're looking for in the culture of our program and how we want to represent St. Edwards. So, you know, kudos to the kids. It's 100% on them and their resilience and their determination.
And you probably haven't thought about this much, but you mentioned your 7-player rotation. Well, none of them are seniors, so they're all back next year. I mean, how big is it, just kind of thinking a little bit ahead, that they don't have to kind of imagine being on this stage, that you all were here and you played in the championship game this year?
Yeah, I think experience is a huge thing, and that's something that obviously early on in December and January we struggled with because we didn't have a ton of experience on the floor. And so for these kids and these young kids to get this experience and then to get to play on this stage, it's going to be huge for us in this off season and next year. And I'll say this, these guys have really come a long way. And if we're playing anyone else today, I put money that St. Ed's can get it done and that we run this table and we're a Cinderella story. I really do. Like that's how deep their resolve was, and that's how resilient their effort was. And so with that going forward, we've got to make sure we stay in the moment and don't get too far ahead of ourselves. But I like what we have.
Real quick for Lexi and Kiani, either one or both. A lot to look forward to, like Coach just talked about. But your lone senior, Teddy, as you all call her, what did she bring for you guys? Obviously not a minutes eater, but something very special to your team. What did she bring for you? What did it mean for her to get in the game and sink that three at the end?
Oh, that was a great thing to see. Teddy is always the first one to practice. Anytime the team's down, Teddy can get anyone to laugh at any time. She can get anyone to smile at any time. Teddy was really the heart of the team, so it's going to be sad to see her go. But like we said, she'll be back next year. She's always a part of the family, and she'll be missed.
Yeah, I mean, every morning, always smiling, always loud, always yelling, and, that's irreplaceable. Like, nobody can replace that. It's going to be tough, and we're going to miss her like crazy, so.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Just do it. Yeah, okay.
All right, we're going to go ahead and get started. We have the tournament champions, Lubbock Christian, the Lady Shaps. We got head coach Steve Gomez. Over here on our left, we have Haley Fowler and tournament MVP Nicole Hampton. Coach, you want to start us off with a couple comments, and then we'll get going on questions.
Yeah, what a great day. A great chance to finally get a postseason title in something. And again, these girls deserve the credit. They've stuck it out from the beginning of the year till now and just have been playing at a very high level consistently. And so that was a good opponent. St. Edwards has been playing really well, and we knew they'd be a tough challenge today. And luckily, they didn't shoot it as well as they had in the last few games, and so we were able to separate from them, and that sort of put them in a bind. But we stayed aggressive. I just appreciate our girls' effort. After two back-to-back days, a Saturday, Sunday game, they still had a lot of energy and played hard and got them down the court well. So the game just sort of turned our way, and I appreciate their perseverance.
Coach, you mentioned this is the first time you guys have been eligible for a championship, and you got Nicole, and I believe you have one other fifth-year senior. Talk about just what it means to be able to, in your first year, not only win the conference championship, but you guys are the #1 team in the country. You have a really great shot in all likelihood of hosting the regional. Just talk about what it means to be able to do that, to make that kind of a splash your first year in.
Well, I mean, a lot of things you think are providential. I mean, I don't think things happen by chance and by luck. And Nicole and Kelsey decided a long time ago to sit out last year and for the chance to go to the postseason. I don't think they took that chance thinking, well, we're going to go undefeated and have a shot to host a regional. It just worked out because the team functioned so well. It could have caused, and they even had concern that it would cause some problems if they sat out a year and then came back and started and played a lot when kids the previous year that were playing a lot were not going to play as much this year. So we've had a sacrificial, unselfish team. That means probably more to me than the fact that we're #1 in the nation or those things. They've handled things at an incredibly mature level.
Haley, did this seem like a game that you were able to enjoy more with the getting off to the early lead and just a game you could enjoy for a tournament championship game?
I think it was. I mean, we went out hard, and that's always our goal, to go out and get the first lead and just play hard. And I think it was easier to relax after a while and just have fun and play and know that this is our first time at the conference tournament, and we did good.
Hey, Nicole, you were obviously the tournament MVP, conference player of the year, but you also had all 5 starters on the all-conference team. Coach kind of talked about the team dynamic. Kind of talk about that, though, from a player's perspective, how it is on the court, how y'all just kind of gel together as a team?
I think that just shows how deep we are and that it doesn't take just one person to make our team function. At any given night, you could have any 5 of us starters or someone on the bench come out and, be the leading scorer. And so I would think that's hard to defend, and so we use that to our advantage and just, constantly move the ball and are looking for anyone to hit the open shot.
Nicole, you and Hoppel never lost a Heartland Conference regular season game and never lost a Heartland Conference tournament game in your career. What's that mean to you?
That's kind of crazy. I've never thought of it like that, but it's kind of cool to get to say that. And, without our teams, none of that would be possible, and our coaches. So we just took it one game at a time and try and go 1-0 each day. So I'm very thankful for that opportunity.
Coach, Regional coming up this week. What are some of the things you guys are going to be working on in the gym, and just kind of how do you prepare your team for the first NCAA Regional Tournament?
Yeah, I mean, we'll just do what we've been doing. I mean, we'll just practice on Tuesday, and we'll find out tonight. So as far as preparing for an opponent, that'll be a lot what we do. We're not going to come up with any new crazy schemes to start a postseason NCAA tournament run now. We got to do what we've been doing, refine a few things, and get better at the things we didn't do well. But we need to find out who our opponent is and then prepare for them, and just keep doing what we do. I mean, that's what's so important for us, not to change our identity.
How will that preparation start tonight?
Well, it may end up being, I think you've mentioned it, maybe at a Love's truck stop in the truck driver's lounge watching on the internet or something. We're driving back to Lubbock. We want to get home tonight, but we'll stop somewhere before 9 o'clock and figure out a way to. Coach Henson, I'm sure, will have some technological magic work to where we can watch this. And then once we find out who it is, I don't know, we'll have to start really checking into the stats and the video for those opponents. And so there'll be some work done tonight.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks.